Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Once again here on a Sunday night, Blazing Pedals Arca series sponsored by trjkarting.com. I am here once again with Terry, the Taffy Man Foster. Terry, how you doing this Sunday night?
Buddy, we're at Dover. It
No,
is Dover,
we're at
right?
Darlington.
This is Dover.
This is Darlington, Terry.
Okay, let's go to Darlington instead. Anywho, man, I'm excited for tonight, man. We got the throwbacks tonight. We're going to be spotlighting some of those guys and spotlighting their car maker, actually, the guy who made that paint for them. Well, we got some logos to throw up on them after a bit. And I think it's going to be a pretty good race, Sam. I'm sitting there watching these guys practice, and, man, we got some good times out here. Right now, Chris Carroll's showing a 29.882 being number one.
Want to point out tonight, our length of the race is 216 laps. It will be a transition race. These drivers will finish under the lights. Wheel spin, as always, determines our competition caution. Caution comes out before that. There will be no competition caution. Tonight, Terry, something special that Mark Arthur told me today. We're going to be giving away a butt kicker at the end of this race. So once the race is over, everybody stick around. We're going to spin another wheel, and we're going to see which one out of the drivers in this field tonight are going to take home a butt kicker.
Yeah, that's pretty cool, too. I mean, we've done this now, I think it was the second or third season, Sam. We've been able to give a couple butt kickers away through the season. Thanks to Butt Kicker out there. Butt Kicker, you want to make your game feel real? Get yourself a butt kicker, put it underneath your chair, your sim seat, whatever. That thing will rock you.
Well, Terry, we got about 6.5 minutes left here in practice, and what we should do is maybe take a look at a few of these throwback schemes. And I'm right now looking at Chris Carroll. He messaged me the other day and said he was going to be tributing a Jeff Gordon. So he's running a number 24 Pepsi scheme, it looks like, by Jeff Gordon. So
yeah, that's a pretty good look at. You know what? That's funny. He's the only car I don't have wrote down, I don't think. But maybe it was a late entrance for me. But yeah, it's the old 24 DuPont Pepsi car there. I mean, these cars are just looking so sweet out there, Sam, anyways.
Yeah, next one I'm looking at here, Terry, is Mark Arthur, league owner in the number 12, not running a pink paint scheme. We saw the post on Facebook earlier saying that he was tributing Jeremy Mayfield. And this is actually Michael Falk's favorite paint scheme ever. I remember him saying that. Is that Jeremy Mayfield paint scheme.
Yeah, Sam, if you can kind of do a close-up in between the Pegasus and the two of that car, there might be something written in between there that people get a look at there on that Jeremy Mayfield MFRD made car.
Camera here.
Yeah, that's there's something in between the two and the Pegasus there. It's pretty cool.
Oh, does it say Barbie?
It does say Barbie.
Of course it does. Well, at least it's on there somewhere. He has to have some kind of pink on there. So,
hey, Sam, why don't you give a fact about Mark Arthur when he switches paints?
Oh, yeah, every time Mark switches paints and it's not, at least not a pink car, he normally wrecks out. So we're going to have to see how he does tonight.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see that. If he doesn't stay off the wall, I just see him touch the wall again. But if he keeps it off the wall and off other cars, Mark may have a good chance tonight.
Looking at driver of the number 28, Brian Zimmerman. Looks like a Davey Allison throwback.
Yeah, that was a late entrance for me to write it down. So yeah, it looks like an old Davey Allison 28. USA Firearms is his sponsor on the side of that car tonight. We haven't seen Brian Zimmerman a whole lot this season, Sam.
No, but it's good to see him come out and race Throwback weekend. On board here with Paul Ellison. He's tributing Mark Martin this weekend with the number 55.
Yeah, 55, Paul Ellison's got that Mark Martin. That is a 2012 throwback scheme that Mark drove. Now, I honestly did not remember Mark Martin driving an Aaron's Dream machine car, but there it is. That's out of CJR Graphic with an X. Those guys over there, Josh Rithford and Corey Rithford, that's those guys' little company that they make paints out of.
You can find them on Facebook, and also a link down in the description of this video. Who we got next here, Terry? Looks like I got Ty Moroska in the number 1. We were looking at him too there. You got anything on Ty?
Yeah, Ty Moroska's running that Jamie McMurray throwback from 2010. That is the 2010 Daytona winner. Again, that's a Michael Falk Racing design car right there. That is a sweet looking ride. I really enjoy looking at that car.
See if anybody else is out here on track. Tanner Marteri looks like he's running a Dale Jr. throwback.
Yeah, that's the old baseball, and I don't remember. I didn't have time to look it up when he ran that car, but I think it was for an all-star baseball game, I believe, is what that came from. Another one, when he hits back on track, if you would, grab Jamie Walker's car, too.
See, I got him in the pits here, Terry. He looks like he's running an old Darrell Waltrip Mountain Dew paint scheme, I want to say.
Well, that is Dale Jr.'s 2008 throwback to the Darrell Waltrip 1981 car. Again, that's another for CRJ Graphics car. That one, for some reason, even though it's just an old Mountain Dew plain green and white and red car, that is probably my favorite car on the track tonight.
All right, well, Terry's picked his favorite paint scheme, and honestly, Terry, there's one out there that I noticed, and he's right behind Jamie Walker right now on track, and that's the number 18 of Trevor Harmon, filling in for Jason Powell, and he's running that number 18 Hardy scheme, and I love that car. It's awesome. So great paint scheme for Trevor Harmon.
So another paint out of CGR Graphics. Trevor Harmon decided he wanted a Russ Wheeler Days of Thunder. That's where that car comes from, guys.
I love that car, man.
That is pretty. And Sam, just looking at it, it's pretty plain.
That's really old school.
Yeah,
you know
old school.
Exactly.
Old school. Exactly. Trevor Harmon, that is awesome paint job that he decided he wanted tonight. And again, he is filling in for Jason Powell. One other one, if you don't mind. Well, he's in the pits. I was going to say Corey Sherman. He done something pretty cool to his car.
Who else we got out there? Kyle Woman's out there, Terry. He's driving a Jeff Gordon throwback scheme as well.
Yeah, Kyle Woman in that 42. Jeff Gordon. That is Jeff Gordon's 2004 Talladega win. Another CJR Graphics. CRJ Graphics got a ton of cars sitting out here, along with MFRD. Savage Edge has got some sitting out here. And we actually got some guys on the track, Sam, that just pulled some out of iRacing, out of the Trading Paints.
You know, somebody who, I don't know if you have information on his paint scheme, Terry, but your teammate Chris Legou's out there, and we haven't seen him on track in a while, but it's good to see him out here racing again. Do you got anything on his paint scheme?
So Chris is running the number 71 Priority Auto. That is actually Chris's paint. That is his company that he has up there in Vermont. So you guys ever find yourself up around Burlington, Vermont, and need a car worked on in a hurry, get a hold of Chris over at Priority Auto, and I'm sure he will take care of you. But that's really all I have on him, Sam.
All right, Terry. Well, it looks like these guys are going to be getting into qualifying here. Let's go ahead and get qualifying mode going for everybody. See if any drivers are going to go out early or if they're going to wait a little bit and let the track cool off a little bit before they decide to go out and take their hot laps.
Amanda Sherman's the first one I seen roll out, and that she's in that Jeff Gordon, Dale Jr. throwback black Budweiser car.
Yeah, it's almost like a reverse scheme, right? Like instead of the red, the black and everything. I like it. It looks good. I was actually in Discord talking with Corey about it when she picked that scheme. We were trying to find one for her, and she ended up going with that one.
Here's one we got out. Corey Rutherford in that 5 car, and his throwback at Terry Labonte in that 5. That's his 1996. Again, that's CJR Graphics on that Terry Labonte car.
Well, I tell you what, Terry. Let's go ahead and get tonight's festivities underway, and let's go ahead and bring Jason Powell in here and get him up on camera because we're going to have him do tonight's invocation. Jason, it's all yours.
Thank you, Lord, for giving us another week and all the blessings and opportunities that you give us. We ask you, Lord, to be with us another night. Help us, Lord, to get along and have fun tonight. We ask you to bless those cars and the drivers that's on track. Help us, Lord, to try to lift you up. And if there's one that don't know you and a free pardon of sin, help us, Lord, to guide them in your way. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Thanks, Jason. Much appreciated.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jason.
That was
That's
Jason
awesome.
Powell. Normal driver, the number 18. Having someone fill in for him right now. But Terry, we also got something a little bit more special other than Jason being here. We love Jason being here. But I got something from Joshua Rutherford, okay? And it's the national anthem, but he did it like you wanted it, a little Jimi Hendrix style. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you could, please rise and remove your hats for tonight's national anthem.
Yeah.
All right, and that was Joshua Rutherford doing the national anthem for tonight's
Man.
throwback race.
But I don't know about you. I got chills.
You can check him out, Terry. Down again in the description box below this video is a link to his YouTube channel, Mullet Music Productions. You can go check him out. Some other stuff that he's done. Give him a like, give him a subscribe, all that fun stuff. That's Joshua Rutherford, Mullet Music Productions. Thanks again, Josh. We greatly appreciate what you do for us and giving us the national anthem. Killing it for tonight's throwback race.
Man, I'm serious, Sam. I still have cold chills on that, buddy. That was just awesome. As I sit here and watch the driver of the number 10, Taylor Doc, the Butcher Benjamin. He has actually got a tied ride tonight, the throwback. That comes from Ricky Rudd, 1998, 50th anniversary. And Taylor got that just out of trading paints.
It's a great looking ride, though.
Oh, yeah, it is. It's pretty cool.
We're going to have to see where he's going to put it here. Looks like he might be on his first lap here, Terry. I'm not 100% sure, but
I believe he is.
he's going to run up near the wall there, coming out of turns 3 and 4. Out of turn number 4, across the line. Only good enough for 13th quickest with a 30.136 for the number 10 of Doc Butcher. On his second lap here. Ooh, a little sideways coming out of turn 2. Down in turns 3 and 4. Going to enter the middle of the racetrack. Let it drift all the way up to the wall. Coming out of turn number 4. Across the line. Second quickest with a 29.801. 29.801 for the number 10 of Taylor Butcher Benjamin.
Awesome run out of TBB in that 10 car. Let's see who else is out there.
Looks like we got Ty Morosco coming out on track. We can watch Ty's qualifying run here. And that's what I wanted to point out, Terry. We're here at Darlington. They're going to be running up next to the wall We got a Stripe Club tonight. Since we've been mentioning CJR Graphics and MF Racing Design so much, they're sponsoring the Stripe Club tonight, Terry. So I wonder how many cars are going to walk away entering the Stripe Club tonight.
Well, Sam, since you said that, I'm wondering, do you have a camera pack to show the passenger side of that car tonight?
Not totally, but well,
I'm thinking you might need one.
Yeah. We'll get an eyeball on him for sure. We'll be able to see him. But Ty Morosco on his first lap here, getting sideways coming out of turn number 4 across the line. He's going to go 14th quickest with a 30.084. Going to have to see if he can improve on his second lap here. Getting real close to the outside retaining wall there. Oh, big sideways coming out of turn number 2. Ty Morosco giving it all she's got here, Terry.
Well, I was wondering if his back end did not touch that wall just barely. Nope, I guess not.
Out of turn number 4 across the line. Good enough for 7th quickest, 29.987. 29.987 for the number 1 of Ty Morosco. Right now, Terry, I'd like to point out the number 24, Chris Carroll. He's sitting on pole with a 29.750.
Oh, well, you know what? We mentioned we showing Ty Morosco there. So tonight, Ty Morosco, at the beginning of the race, he will have to do a pass-through within 3 laps of the start of this race. Ty Morosco got caught doing a passing before the start line last week at Dover on lap 52. So what's going to happen? The green flag will fly. He can start where he's starting at. It's qualifying. He has 3 laps. He must come down pit road. All he's got to do is do a drive-through, pull back out on the other side. The 55, Paul Ellison tonight, he's allowed to qualify, but he will not be allowed to grid. He actually has to start from the pits tonight. So once the track goes green, Paul Ellison can pull out and start racing with them. So, and that was because of a caution on lap 117 last week that nobody took blame for. Then the admins looked at it after the race and decided that penalty would be put on the 55 of Paul Ellison. So look for these 2 drivers to have to make up some time tonight, Sam.
Well, remember, Terry, one thing we do have to do is we have to spin a wheel for a competition caution. So I'm going to bring the wheel up. You see here?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I was taking a drink.
Oh, you're good. We got it. Going to spin this wheel here. Lap 95. 95 will be your stage caution. Now, ladies and gentlemen, again, if a caution does fly before that lap number 95, there will be no stage caution. Stage points awarded halfway through the race, as always. Every time, halfway through the race, drivers 1 through 10, no matter if it's under caution or under green flag conditions, that is who will be awarded stage points.
So, Sam, another thing I really wanted to talk about tonight, you and I kind of hit on it right before we went live here, pit road speed. Tonight, it's 45 mile an hour down pit road. Now, these guys are coming down the backstretch between 170 and 175. They got to get that thing woed down to 45 mile an hour before they hit that cone.
And we all know how hard it is to get on and off of pit road here at Darlington, especially getting on pit road. These guys are going to be starting to brake almost right before turn 3, trying to get on the pit road.
Mark Arthur now going over the rules and regs tonight, letting these guys know what's going on.
Well, Terry, without further ado, let's go ahead and start getting through the grid here. Chris Carroll's going to come home with the pole tonight. 29.750 for the number 24 machine of Chris Carroll. Congratulations to him. To his outside, Taylor, Doc Butcher Benjamin in the number 10. Mark Arthur going to be starting in 3rd position in the number 12. And to his outside, Corey Sherman in the number 3. Jamie Walker is going to be starting in the 5th position in the number 88. To his outside, Jordan McAvoy in the number 21. Ty Morosco starting in 7th position out of MFRD in the number 1. And John Perkins out of Speed Mafia to his outside in 8th position. Corey Rutherford in the number 5 out of Work in Progress Racing, going to be starting in 9th position, with Race Clark out of Team AV starting in 10th. Joshua Rutherford out of Work in Progress Racing, going to be starting in 11th in that number 64 machine. To his outside, Derek Paulson in the number 6 out of MFRD. Take it, Terry.
Brad Collins out of Speed Mafia in that 22 car started in 13th. Rick Thompson also out of Speed Mafia started in 14th in that 76. Dave Seats in that 14 started 15th. James Miller in the 09 started 16th. Starting 17th out of TNA Motorsports is the 89 driver of Philip Van Fleet. 18 Greg Moore. 34 Greg Moore will be starting 18th. Paul Ellison in his 55 will be started 19th, but as we said, he will have to go not grid. So that'll move Aaron Bach over to 20th in a 44. Kyle Wellman in that 87 starting 20th. Take her away.
It looks like Trevor Harmon's going to be starting in 21st position in the number 18. Kyle Hall to 22nd to his outside. Brian Zimmerman in the number 28 starting in 23rd position. Tanner Marr out of 5 Kings Motorsports in the number 4 starting in 24th position. Brandon Feeney in the number 38 starting 25th. And Amanda Sherman out of TNA Motorsports is outside in the number 8. Randy McAvoy out of Team AV in the number 7 starting at 27th. And Joe Alberico in Speed Mafia in the number 83 starting at 28th. Matt Grunberg is going to be starting 29th. Kyle Wellman 30th. Fred Thompson in 31st. Nicholas Okie, I haven't seen him in a while, 32nd. Chris Legou 33rd. Casey Campbell 34th. And that's going to round it out, Terry. Wow, we have a good grid tonight. 34 drivers out here tonight. They're coming around to take the green flag here, Terry. Chris Carroll has his finger on the trigger here at Darlington. Green flag is in the air here at Darlington. Good jump out for Chris Carroll in the number 24. He's going to go ahead and slot up and get that preferred line here at Darlington right up against the wall. Taylor Butcher Benjamin also getting out there. They're going to be single file, looks like, back to 5th position to Jamie Walker. Looks like everybody getting single filed out as we go through turns 3 and 4 right here. Literally everybody got single filed out in one lap right there, but give the first lap lead to Chris Carroll in the number 24. Taylor Butcher Benjamin running in 2nd. Mark Arthur sitting in 3rd in that number 12.
I'm sorry, Sam. I had to make sure Ty Morosco done what he's supposed to do. He is coming down pit road to serve his penalty. So, yeah, Ty Morosco's going to have a lot to make up now after this penalty.
You know what, Terry? But he's got a competition caution coming at lap 95. Again, as long as the caution doesn't come out, all he has to do is serve a pass through here. Now, that's not going to affect him too bad. Even if he goes one lap down, he can still manage that, which it looks like Chris Carroll is going to get him here coming out of the pits. He's going to loop it. Oh, barely kisses the wall. We caught that. Ty Morosco looping it there. Hopefully that doesn't bring out a caution. Entire field's going to roll by. Now, Terry, now he kind of has to worry. Getting one lap back at Darlington ain't a problem, but can he get 2 laps back?
Man, it's going to be hard for Ty Morosco to do. I think he may have forgot he had them cold tires on there, Sam, and just gave him more gas than it really needed.
Back up to the front of the field, Chris Carroll, still your race leader. Taylor Butcher Benjamin running 2nd. Mark Arthur 3rd. And Terry, you wanted to talk about it. Corey Sherman in that number 3. That's a great looking ride. Savage Edge graphics on there.
Yeah, Corey Sherman done that himself at Savage Edge Graphic. That is just a Dale Senior throwback. But I like it because it's the, what do you want to call it? It's not black or, what do they call it? Chrome, I guess?
Yeah, it's chrome.
Yeah, I just thought that was pretty cool looking, good looking paint scheme too, buddy.
Yeah, it's a great looking ride here. A lot of these guys definitely did a lot of great paint schemes this weekend for Throwback Weekend, and we greatly appreciate it. I love Darlington, Terry. This is one of my favorite racetracks.
Corey Rutherford just calling out himself for slamming into the wall a second ago there, Sam.
Let's see if we can't look at him. Corey Rutherford's actually running a pretty cool paint scheme too, Terry. It's a throwback to Terry Labonte. Terry Labonte's Cornflakes car, number 5. I love that car. It's a great looking car.
Yeah, like I said, post race. That's from 1996.
Well, if Corey Rutherford already in the wall, looks like he's going to be the first member of the CGAR Graphics and MF Racing Design Stripe Club this evening.
Back here watching the 18 of Harmon, working all over the back end of that Mopar-driven 89 car, Philip Van Vliet.
We didn't talk a whole lot about the Dutchman's paint scheme, Terry. I know that's an old Mopar scheme from the 90s, and I remember him revealing it, and it was revealed on Facebook. I actually like that car.
Yeah, well, what Philip was saying, and now if you think about it, the people that was around 80s and 90s, Mopar was a big sponsor, not just in Cup car, but in all styles of racing, Formula One, maybe not Formula One, but drag cars and stuff like that. So that's pretty cool of Philip to do that.
Philip Van Vliet, the Dutchman out of Battle Creek, Michigan, number 89.
He escaped Harmon there. Now he's looking at the back of Brad Collins in that 22 car, running that Miller Genuine Draft. I believe that also is a Trading Paints car.
It's still a pretty good looking car, Terry. I mean, a lot of these guys did a lot of awesome paint schemes for this race, and that's what I love to see is how much that this league gets involved with, the league itself.
Yeah, that Bobby Allison car is from 1989. Some of you probably out there weren't even born there, right, Sam?
Yeah, definitely not me.
I was already out of high school.
Let's go a little bit further back into the field here, and let's take a look at, looks like Amanda Sherman here. She's back there running in 25th position.
Amanda back there in that number 8 Budweiser car. Really nothing around her to worry about. Just run her own race tonight, and I think she'll be okay to get through this race.
And we know Amanda, Terry. I know she's probably done a lot of practice for this race. I mean, your teammate, does she like Darlington?
No.
Well, that's unfortunate.
Joe Alberico into the wall.
Joe Alberico into the wall.
Stay green flag, but he slowed a lot of people down.
He's really slow right now coming out of turn 2, Terry. It looks like he has a lot of front end damage on the car. Sorry, it took us a second there to get a camera on the number 83, but we got him coming down the back straightaway here. It looks like he's trying to bring it down pit side. Like Terry said, he must have hit it on the right front, Terry.
Yeah, he did, Sam. I'm looking at the right front right. The tire's not even turning. It's kind of stuck out there. So Alberico, he is going to have to bring her down pit road to get that thing fixed. And as long as he stays in, I will run down and talk to Mr. Alberico.
Back up to the front of the field, Chris Carroll, still your race leader, 12 laps in the books thus far of 2:16. And Taylor Butcher Benjamin still running in second. Mark Arthur still in third, but don't look now. Jamie Walker in the number 88 getting closer to the back bumper of that number 12 machine. Lori Constance, we see you out in chat. Come on, Marco Tanner. Hyperfan Gaming. Quality sounds good, Sam. We greatly appreciate that. How's it going? It's going well. How are you doing? We see Tanner Marr out there, probably before the race. Said good luck all. Great to see you all out in chat, and thank you for joining us once again on a Sunday night for Blazing Pedals.
All right, Sam, I talked to Alberico down there at pit road. He says he's got about 8 to 9 minutes left, and he is planning on getting that thing back out there.
It's a shame that his night started that way, getting into the wall and getting some damage on that machine, but glad to hear he'll be able to bring it back out on track and still try and race for some points. A lot of positions could be gained too, Terry. This could be a race of attrition tonight, just to see. We all know Darlington's a tough track, and trying to keep it out of the wall is really difficult.
Yeah, Sam. I'm sitting there watching. He's 3 laps down right now. Brian Zimmerman in that 28 car running 29th. Again, I'm glad to see him out here racing tonight in that throwback scheme as he's passing the 87 of Kyle Hall. Kyle Hall running in the 20th position.
And again, these drivers get 4 sets of tires, including the one they start on, so that's 5 total, if I'm correct, Terry. So 5 sets of tires all together here. And is these guys in the back, are they playing a tire strategy game? We all know that Darlington can eat tires. So we're going to have to see who's going to take tires and when tonight and what the strategy is going to be, Terry. We got a pit window for fuel at least of 25 to 35 laps. So we got to keep an eye on that as well.
Yeah, 216 laps divided by 5 is not even. So they're going to have to figure out how to do this with the tire strategy tonight. Again, Sam said 25, 35 of fuel. Again, 45 mile an hour on pit road after running 170, 175 down that backstretch, Sam.
One thing cool tonight, we were talking about Corey Rutherford there in the number 5. We also got him on in-car camera tonight as we ride around the track here with him.
Yeah, you do that. Almost sit here and watch Kyle Wellman in that 42 working on the back of Philip Van Fleet in that 89. Philip kind of goes low.
We also got Casey Campbell on camera tonight. Looks like Casey Campbell's in the pits, Terry. Not sure what happened to him. Maybe you can go find out what happened to the number 73.
Oh, I'll do that, buddy.
As Terry goes to see what happened in the 73, we're going to take a look at driver, the number 38, Brandon Feeney, sitting back there in 32nd position. Back up to the front of the field, Chris Carroll, still your race leader with 18 laps in the books. And Jamie Walker managed to get around Mark Arthur for the second position here as Taylor Butcher, Doc Benjamin, his long name, I tell you what. Mark Arthur in the wall. Mark Arthur put it in the outside wall, so Mark Arthur now a member of the Stripe Club this evening, ladies and gentlemen. But he lost a couple of spots there, one to Taylor Butcher Benjamin and Corey Sherman in the number 3. So give third spot to Corey Sherman in that Savage Edge. Number 3, Taylor Butcher Benjamin now running 4th. Mark Arthur back to 5th position as they all try to work around the lap car of Fred Thompson in the number 46.
So, Sam, I did go down, talk to the driver of the 73, Casey Campbell. Says he hit the wall too many times, got himself a meatball, had to come down and get that thing fixed. And actually, my first words out of my mouth was, "What are you doing going down pit lane?" His exact words to me was, "I think I'm going to live here tonight."
Well, that's unfortunate. He got a meatball from hitting the wall too many times? Come on, Casey.
I guess.
All right. Well, Terry, while you were gone, we actually had a moment there. Mark Arthur got sucked into the wall coming out of turn number 2 and lost 2 positions there. Now running in 5th. Almost getting into the rear end of Taylor Butcher Benjamin right there. Looked like he he did lock up the right front there.
Yeah, I was kind of watching that too. I'm going back in the back here for a little bit. Oh, I'm trying to look for Tanner Marr. There's Tanner Marr. Running a little slower than what he was in practice. I don't know if he's got damage on that car or not. But Tanner Marr now running 23rd.
Someone I'd like to point out right now, I believe, Terry, is Kyle Wellman of the number 42. He's up there running in 15th position. Into the wall a little bit there, so add another one to the Stripe Club tonight. We're only 23 laps into this, Terry.
Yeah, I see that. So I do want to make, you said his name to the opening there, talking, how it is gridded up. The 44, Aaron Backover. This is Aaron's first race back for, oh boy, I want to say 9, 8, 9, 10 races somewhere in there. He's driving that Budweiser car tonight that Savage Edge made for him in that 44. It's a Darrell Waltrip 1984 Throwback.
For some reason, I apologize, Sarah. I had a little glitch in my timing and scoring there. I was trying to get a camera on Backover, and we finally do, as he gets around teammate Amanda Sherman in the number 8. Definitely a good-looking paint scheme.
Yeah, I think it took it took him a whole half hour, I think is what he said, to work on Aaron's car. So watching Dave Seats in that 14 get around at 73 at Campbell. Dave Seats sitting in, I believe, 14th spot. No, I'm sorry, 12th spot. He's in that Terry Labonte car, made up car. So looking good tonight. That was made by Full Sing Graphics, Jordan DeCola. Good looking car.
Right in front of him is Rick Thompson, owner of Speed Mafia, in the number 76. Haven't said a whole lot about him tonight. Up 3 positions from where he started, sitting in 11th spot, Terry.
Yeah, Rick, I'm trying to bring up the points, Sam. So give me 1 second. I want to see where he actually is in points. Yeah, that's what I thought. Rick Thompson does have a win. He is sitting in 6th right now. Another person we can talk about, not on track tonight, was that Brad Lawson's win last week. Kind of put him automatically into the playoffs there. So, but we had a lot of points moving around last week, Sam.
Yeah, shout out to Brad Lawson for winning last week once again. He's on vacation this week, so he'll be back next week for Michigan.
And Sam, we're going to have something special for everybody out there when they come back next week. Out of Brad Lawson, we might just bring him in live and let him tell his story.
We can do that, yeah. Somebody else I want to point out, Terry, Joshua Rutherford running in the top 10 and sitting in 9th, up 2 positions from where he started. Running a Bobby Labonte throwback, looks like there in that number 64.
Yeah, 64 is definitely a Bobby Labonte throwback from 1996. Again, that's his own company made that, CGR Graphics. It was him and his brother.
Joshua Rutherford in the number 64 out of Omaha, Nebraska. Sitting there in the 9th position here at Darlington.
I think they're the only 2 that lives out there in Omaha.
Terry, something I'd like to point out, we're inside the pit window right now as Chris Carroll's working on some lap traffic right here. Still your race leader with 28 laps in the books.
I'm watching Kyle Hall as he's running down pit lane right now. I'm going to stay on top of Kyle and see what they're doing on these first stops, Sam.
And Terry, it looks like Jamie Walker might have had a problem there as he's fallen back to about 7th position right now. And John Perkins there in the number 33 working on the back bumper of that number 88.
Kyle Hall out of the way. He's got fuel only. But Sam, we seen Jamie Walker do this not too long ago. Got up there and slowed down. Maybe he's trying to save that tires a little bit.
He just let John Perkins and now letting Joshua Rutherford by, almost looking like he might be trying to save a little bit of fuel, Terry. Might have to go on board here with the 88 and see what he's doing here. He's going down into turn 1. Doesn't sound like he's shutting the car off. Doesn't sound like he's clutching. But he is working the throttle. I mean, you can hear it. He's not getting fully into the throttle.
Yeah, he's definitely not putting that.
Yeah, especially in the turns. He's not clutching it going into turns 3 and 4 either. But Jamie Walker maybe doing a little bit of tire saving, a little bit of fuel strategy here. Gonna have to keep an eye on him for the rest of the race.
Is it a strategy playing out already with that 31 lap, Sam?
It might be there, Terry. As we go on board here with Chris Carroll in the number 24, trying to get around the number 55 of Paul Ellison and put him a lap down, but Paul not giving it up easy, Terry, because it's tough to get a lap back here.
Yeah, it is. Yes, it is. Oh, and the 24 just got into the back of the 55 just a little bit.
We were riding on board with that, Terry, and it looks like it put 55 maybe up on the wall just a little bit there, but no harm, no foul. Add another one to the Stripe Club down the back straightaway.
I wonder if Jamie Walker's ready to pit or see. Yep, he's in the pits. I'm going to follow him for a minute, Sam.
All right. Speaking of which, we actually got a change here for second place. It looks like Mark Arthur also coming down pit road in the number 12 and Taylor Butcher Benjamin in the number 10.
Corey Rutherford just called his pit out. And the 88 car, Jamie Walker, fuel only, pulling her out.
So fuel only for the number 88 of Jamie Walker. Definitely some strategy being played here on these first set of green flag pit stops. 33 laps down, about to be 34. Chris Carroll, still your race leader here at Darlington.
I was just flipping through the field. Chris Leakey in that 71. he just tagged the wall with the back end of his car just a little bit, but he's still going at full speed.
I guess you could consider that another one to add to the Stripe Club, right?
Yes, definitely.
I should have got a counter for tonight's race. The count how many cars have put it in the wall.
Your finger would get tired.
Chris Carroll bringing it down pit side. Looks like Dave Seats moved up to second with all the green flag pit stops going on. He's bringing it down pit side this time by two. Let's see what.
Board of 34 just called out his pit. I think I'm going to jump on board with him. Watch what he does.
We're going to have to see how these green flag pit stops play out, Terry. We're going to have to remember who pit first, and Jamie Walker was one of the first, so we're going to see who takes over this race lead once it's all said and done.
I think these guys are spreading out their pit stops, Sam. We're not seeing a bunch of cars on in the pit lane all at one time.
Taylor Butcher Benjamin back up here shows them running in 9th position right now, but with everybody on pit road, again, we're going to have to see how this cycles out. Right now, Mark Arthur might be your race leader once everything cycles through, Terry.
Greg Moore, fuel only, out, and Bach over, fuel only. He's coming out right beside him.
So looking through all the times here on pit stops, maybe aside from some damage being fixed or other than that, I don't think a lot of drivers decided to take tires, maybe one or two, but everybody else looks like fuel only, Terry.
Well, okay, so we see Philip Van Fleet. He may have taken tires. Is it going to be like an instance like he had last week where he had to leave early for work?
I'm not sure, Terry. You want to go talk to him and find out?
Yeah, I think I will. I'll run down there and see what's going on with him.
So while Terry does that, we're going to go ahead and look here at the number 6 of Derek Paulson. Haven't said a whole lot about him tonight, but once the green flag pit stops have cycled through, moved Derek Paulson up into the 3rd position, up 9 spots from the start of the race. Working on the back bumper of that number 55, Paul Ellison. Paul Ellison getting into the wall a little bit, adding another stripe to the side of that race car. Looks like after everything cycled through, Corey Sherman sitting in 4th position.
Went down to TNA Motorsports, got to talk to Philip Van Fleet. All he done was had some optional repairs, Sam. So he did not take tires.
All right, so like I said, Terry, maybe guys just deciding now's a good time to fix that damage. Just get it fixed now and not have to worry about it later.
Yeah, there ain't no reason to do it later. That's just going to make your car a little worse. And, we've seen these guys come in time after time, maybe like on cautions mainly. You see them sitting there, come out, go back in, come out, try to get all that damage they can before that we go back green flag racing. Sam, we're 39 laps into this already, almost 40. We haven't had a caution yet.
I know, Terry. That's actually, that's awesome. So we're going to have to see how it's going to play out once we hit that lap 95 competition caution. Do you think guys are maybe going to try and split? I doubt they would try and run on 2 fuel runs without taking tires. I highly doubt that.
Well, I'm thinking we got to about laps, 65 to 70, somewhere in there, and we'll find out.
As we're just kind of going through the field here, we're on board with Trevor Harmon riding in the 15th position in that number 18. Here I'm working that throttle.
I was sitting here with the 33 of John Perkins up 2 spots, running in 6. He does not seem like he's fighting that car. I think he's just out there buying his time as he goes around the 83 car.
Well, something interesting I can say about John is that earlier today in our team chat, because before I started broadcasting, I was a part of Speed Mafia. He was saying, guys, you need to get in here and practice this. This is going to be tough. So I know John was doing a lot of practicing for this race tonight. Good to see him running up there in the top 10.
That's right. And we also saw, I think I saw TVB in a practice. I seen Corey Sherman, Amanda Sherman, Jamie Walker. A lot of these guys getting in there. Again, like you just said, Sam, this is a tough track. And, if one car comes out of this without with a 0x tonight, I would really be surprised.
Lori out there in chat saying that picture don't even look like Mark. Well, it's at least his head. I'll give you that.
I think it needs to be a fatter head.
Probably. So 42 laps in the books here, Terry. Mark Arthur, your race leader, and I'm actually wondering because Chris Carroll was your race leader. What happened to him?
I'm on Chris Carroll right now, kind of watching him. Dude, he's just taking his time going around this track. There's a lot of racing left, and I think Chris has finally realized that he's got plenty of time.
He's down there running in 13th position, and he was on pit lane a total of 57 seconds, so not sure what happened there. Maybe miscommunication with the pit crew if they were going to take tires or not, but yeah, Terry, like you said, out there just riding around now. I mean, a long way to go, and you definitely want to keep your equipment there for the end of the race.
I'm riding along right now to 42 of Kyle Wellman, up 23 spots from the start of this race in 7th place. As he worked himself around the 8 of Amanda Sherman, I can't see who he's coming up on.
We actually got an in-car camera here for the number 42, Kyle Wallman. Definitely looks like he's focused, Terry. Darlington, like we keep saying, not an easy track. Too tough to tame, isn't that what they say?
It is too tough to tame. Amanda Sherman calling somebody out into a wall. I don't know who that is. I hope it wasn't her. It might have been her. She's going awful slow.
Yeah, it looks like she's definitely losing a few spots as Rick Thompson gets around her. Dave Seat's going to get around her as well. Might have gotten to the wall a little bit, Terry. We know how these Arca cars are. Once they get into the wall, it is like just a suction. It's like a vacuum. It just pulls you right in, and it's hard to get these cars off of that wall.
Yeah, Sammy, you've been in the league long enough, too, to know that we ask, as admins, we ask everybody, even though it sucks to do this, please do not yank it off the wall. Slow down, get it under control, and pull it off the wall slowly. That way you're not down there, you yank it off the wall, you might end somebody else's race tonight doing that.
.47 laps complete here at Darlington. Terry, we're going to go ahead and take a short commercial break. Ladies and gentlemen, stick around. We'll be right back.
Shut up and sit down.
We are back live. TRJ Karting sponsored dear Arca BPL race here. Ty Morosco. Tell you what, Sam, he's doing a heck of a job out there. He got his lap back. He's running in. Let me see if I find him here. Running in 22nd spot.
Just got a Darlington stripe there, Terry.
Yeah, he's got a couple of them so far, Sam. Caution's out, Sam.
We got a caution flag on the speedway. Let's see if we can't get a replay on that. I'm seeing that maybe the number 73 might have been involved. So let's get a camera angle on that. Got a chopper here. It seems like Casey Campbell might have been involved here. So up into the wall, 73 comes down and just gets tagged, and they both go around. So that's the first caution of the night, ladies and gentlemen, brought out by the number 73, Casey Campbell, pulling it off the wall. And as you said, Terry, that wall, it's sticky and it's hard to pull it off.
Yeah, Sam, he jumped on that as soon as it happened, man. He said, yep, that was me. So Casey Campbell, lap 57 there, he will get an EOL.
So that is coming in from race control. Number 73, EOL for the cause caution. And Terry, you know what that means. Competition caution, lap 95 is wiped. So new strategies are going to start to play out.
Yeah, it is done.
So Terry,
yes, Rick, I got it. Thank you.
Just let me know when you... I'm sorry, Terry. I didn't mean to walk over you there. We have a caution flag. I didn't know if you had anybody in mind you wanted to pull up.
Sam, give me a minute here. I'm trying to work some stuff, but yeah, I'd like to get a hold of Ty when we get to.
As we see all the drivers on pit road, seeing everybody start to take fresh General tires here at Darlington. And Terry, whenever you're ready, I'll go ahead and bring driver the number 1, Ty Morosco, up into the booth.
Let's go ahead and do it before he pits.
Was he a lap down? Does he have to pit? I don't want to bring him in if he's got to pit.
Let me look where he's at here. Ty Morosco is sitting in 22nd. He is not a lap down. Fred Thompson would be the first driver a lap down at the moment. So if you want to wait till he pits, I don't care. Whatever you want to do.
Well, it looks like he's still out on track, so let's go ahead and bring him up here. Driver of the number 1, Ty Morosco at Sam and Terry up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah.
Hey, buddies, Terry. Are you going? You're not a lap down no more, right?
No, we took the wave. We're gonna take the wave here. Probably about a half tank left. We're gonna hope to get another caution. If not, worst case scenario, you go another lap. You're back where you were. I mean, you're back where you started, 1 lap down. So either we're gonna fight for that, or we're gonna hope for another caution. We can get back. We can stay on the lead lap and get some tires.
10-4. Well, man, the one's looking good out there. I know you got some stripes on you already, so keep it one piece and get that thing back up into the front.
I'll try. Did you guys catch that little mess up coming out of pit road?
Yes, we caught it.
Oh yeah, we definitely caught you spinning off a pit road.
Dude, I did not expect it. Like, all practice, didn't have a problem with that. So that was really weird for me. But, yeah, we're going to try to put this MFRD Mustang up front, work from the back. And, it's a long race. It's Darlington. Save tires. And hopefully, we're saving a set right here. And we can run a few laps and then get a caution. It would be nice so these guys can wear their tires out. And then I can put some fresh ones on.
All right, man. Well, hey, good luck tonight. Glad to see you got your lap back already, and we'll see where you finish this thing. Good luck, man.
Thank you.
That was driver the number 1, Ty Morosco. Terry, he's having a great comeback so far.
You know what we forgot to tell him is, hey, don't switch lanes on this restart.
Oh, yeah, we probably should have did that, huh? Well, it's all right, Terry. Looks like the pace car lights are off. And Ty's going around the pace car. So he was a lap down, Terry, so he's getting the wave around here.
Yeah, he is taking the wave around again and get that MFRD design car up there and see what happens with him sitting, where's he at right now? 19th place, 12 laps down because of the pass-through. Now, Sam, these guys have been on these tires for 61 laps. Let's hope we don't see some tire spin in a big one.
Well, Terry, like I was saying before, is when everybody came down pit road there under caution, is that I seen a lot of cars going up on the jack. So I think everybody pretty much took tires right there. So we're going to have to see what happens.
Well, that is true. Everybody went up on jacks, but the only one on the tail on the lead lap is Ty Morosco. He did not pit when that took a wave around on this one. So he's the only one out there in the top 20 that did not take tires.
Field in the hands of Mark Arthur. He fires off. Great restart for the number 12. Going to go down into turns 1 and 2. Corey Sherman looking to the inside of Butcher Benjamin there in the number 10. He's going to make that pass and move him up into second place with Derek Paulson there in 4th position, right behind Taylor Butcher Benjamin. And John Perkins back there. He's up into 6th place there.
Man, I'm back here watching Kyle Hall in that 87. We're going Rutherford in that 5 car. Kyle Wellman on his outside in that 42. Man, we got him just lined up back here behind Miss Shermanator in that 8 car. Man.
Oh, Kyle Hall making it 3 wide here, Terry. 1 in the wall. Looks like it was Brian Zimmerman, 28. Kyle Hall using up all the racetrack going into turns 1 and 2. Looks like they're going to make it work and get single filed out.
That was Zimmerman in that 28 car. He got it straight in the back. Oh, as he gets another stripe on that car. Man, they're going to have to redo that whole side of that car, Sam.
Definitely got some bent sheet metal here tonight at Darlington on the number 28. As you look at the side of it as it went by, there is some
71. Chris Leakey just hit the wall.
Oh, he pulls it hard off of the wall too there, Terry. Pulls it off the wall and keeps it going. Another strike for the number 71. Haven't talked a lot about him tonight. Sitting in 25th position, up 8 spots from the start of the race.
I do want to say something real quick about Chris. A couple weeks ago, him and his real race car driver, they got a big old win up there as he hits the wall again.
And Brian Zimmerman behind him, Terry, also got into the wall.
Yeah, man, it's going to be a lot of body work at the shops this week, Sam. But they got a first place victory up there at, I can't remember the daggone racetrack.
Thunder Road, Terry.
Thunder Road, thank you. I happened to be up there a few weeks ago. That's a pretty cool track. But Chris is out there doing as best he can. He did not get a practice today.
Definitely out there trying to get a good points night for the number 71. We go back up to the front of the field, though. Race leader still Mark Arthur in that number 12, Terry. And maybe the bad voodoo with the pink paint scheme is working out for him tonight.
Yeah, it'll be one to see if.
Well, never mind. I say that, and he hits the wall. I'm sorry to cut you off, Terry.
But
we were focused on him, and I said that, and he got into the outside wall a little bit. So, Mark Arthur into the Stripe Club tonight here at Darlington.
Kyle Wellman just made his way around the 34. Greg Moore making it look like easy work. as he's running up on the 46 of Fred Thompson now, going on the outside of Fred Thompson, making that look pretty simple too.
Looks like Fred's just going to let him by here, Terry, and Kyle Wellman sitting in the 17th position, that is, up 13 spots.
Back here right along with Paul Ellison. I believe he is one lap down now. No, he's showing on the lead lap in 22nd spot. Minus 2 spots from the start of this race in that 55 Aaron's Dream machine.
Great looking car, Terry. I mean, I do like that car. I always love a car that's thrown back to Mark Martin. And somebody I want to point out who also kind of has a throwback to Mark Martin. Not really a throwback because he runs it every week, but Derek Paulson in that number 6. He's running that old Eagle 1 paint scheme.
Yeah, that's somebody we haven't said his name yet tonight there. Like you said, he's running in 5th place right in there. Doing a heck of a job in that 6th car. But like you said, that's the paint scheme he runs every week. But that is the number 6 that Mark Martin used to have on the side of his car.
Another MFRD original right there, ladies and gentlemen. That's Michael Falk Racing Designs. Again, link down in the description below. Michael Falk Racing Designs on Facebook.
Watching Brad Collins been in that 22 Miller High Life car, as Philip Van Fleet in that 89 is just searching to get around. It takes him on the outside. Oh, yeah. Brings that Aaron's Dream machine right along with him.
It looked like Brad kind of got on the binders a little bit there, maybe to let those 2 drivers by, because he's lost a lot of ground to them, Terry.
Yeah, he definitely wasn't up to speed. I was kind of watching his speed right there, too. He was down like the 140 or something like that. Oh, Kyle Wellman, Sam, has got to bring it into the pits. He's got a meatball.
Driver, the number 42, Kyle Wellman. Looked like he might have been in the wall a little bit there. Unfortunately, he's got the orange and black flag, what we call here in iRacing a meatball flag. Has to pit for required repairs. That's unfortunate for the number 42.
I'm going to stay on him, see what he does here in the pits, if he just gets a little bit of work done or what's he's going to do here. He hits the line, hold her to the right.
Terry, we have something going on here. Looks like something happened to Mark Arthur. We got a lot going on here on my timing and scoring. I'm going to see if we can't get a replay. That something happened here with the number 12.
Yeah, he definitely is falling back fast.
So it looks like Chris Legou into the wall, and Mark tries to avoid him. Corey Sherman gets into the back of him, and yeah, it sent Mark around. I mean, he caught it. He didn't lose it all the way, but that's definitely a shame for the number 12. And there it is, Terry, the bad luck starting for the number 12.
That's some good driving out of that 12 car. Mark just held on to it. And man, yeah, that sucks for Mark as he dropped back to, where's he at now?
Looks like he fell all the way back to 14th place, Terry.
Yeah, 14th place, exactly. Wow.
So let's actually, you know what, we're going to get another replay of that. Let's go on board here with Mark Arthur and see what happened from his point of view. We go down into turn 1 and just didn't know where Chris Legou was going to be. It looks like Chris tries to get out of the way, and Corey Sherman, obviously behind Mark, just had nowhere to go. He didn't know what was coming. It's definitely hard to see what's in front of you. Just gets into the back of the 12.
What a ride. What a ride. And remember, he's in VR, just like most of these drivers are. Taylor Butcher Benjamin out there in the lead in that 10 car and that tired ride.
Taylor Butcher Benjamin in the number 10 leading the way here with 77 laps complete here at Darlington. Derek Paulson back there sitting in 3rd, Terry. And again, we haven't said a whole lot about him tonight, even though we really have. But, you know, Derek's one of them drivers you got to keep your eye on. He tends to hang out in the middle of the field, and near the mid or end part of the race, he's up there at the front.
You know what? I just thought of something. Derek Paulson is like Kevin Harvick. He's quiet for a little bit, then boom, he's on your butt. So Taylor might want to watch that third place 6 car, Derek Paulson there, because Derek's on a tear, I believe.
But Terry, now that I'm looking at timing and scoring here, we also got to keep an eye on the pole sitter of the number 24, Chris Carroll. He's back up into the 4th position, and he is running these guys down. Also, let's not count out the number 33 of John Perkins. He's sitting there quietly in the top 10, and someone we only mentioned a couple of times this evening, the number 14 of Dave Seats, sitting there in 6th position, having a great run tonight in that number 14.
Again, everybody you just mentioned are quiet drivers. They don't raise a whole lot of stink. They're out there. They run their race. Sam, I just noticed Brian Zimmerman has disconnected. So I guess Brian is done for the night after his little incident earlier.
It's a shame for the number 28. Putting it on the hauler this evening. We'll see him in Michigan.
Watching 24, Chris Carroll just worked his way around Fred Thompson. And, you know, we've talked about it before here and other places. Fred Thompson, probably one of the best drivers out there to give way. Fred's out there enjoying the race, usually with his son. Oh, yeah.
Well, we also got to
remember
mention,
Rick's name. Rick and his dad, they all race together. And again, Fred is, how old is he now? 78?
76.
76 years old. So, and Fred's doing an awesome job week in, week out with us.
Riding on board here with Fred Thompson. And that's the thing, Terry. It's awesome. We got Rick Thompson and Fred Thompson, a father-son duo out here. And it's just awesome to see Fred do this with us every week, you know.
Now, Sam, something I'm watching is the 12 car Mark Arthur and the 88 of Walker. Both of those guys back here in 14th and 15th place. Looks like Walker just looking for a way to get around that 12 car, but they got other traffic they got to deal with.
Jamie Walker, something going on with him there. Might be some electrical issues going on in that number 88, kind of flashing a little bit on that 88 machine. Seems to have settled out.
I'm glad you said that. I thought it was me.
And Terry, actually, we were talking about Fred Thompson. I want to talk about Rick Thompson real quick. He's running in 8th positions, up 6 from the start of the race, and he's having a great run so far.
Yeah, he has. Again, Rick Thompson, he's already got a win this season. He's automatically in for the chase. So, he's doing a great job out there. Oh, the 14 into the wall a little bit, getting his stripe tonight, Dave Seats.
Manages to keep a little bit of momentum in that car, though. Doesn't lose a whole lot of time. So it must have just been a little scrape there. No harm, no foul. 14 keeps the spot and keeps rolling.
I think it was just one of them taps. He hit hard enough to bounce him back out, but not to cause any problems on anybody.
Still enough to put a stripe on the side of that race car tonight. Dave Seats a part of the Stripe Club. Making his way around the 73 Case Campbell right there.
I tell you what, that skull car, that 33, John Perkins, that's just pretty cool.
I got to tell you what, it looks even better under the lights. I don't know if it's just me, but that 33 looks great. I mean, again, another paint done by Michael Falk Racing Designs. And he does a killer job, man.
Mark Arthur working his way again around that 55 car, that Ayers Dream Machine car, and Paul Ellison trying to get back up there to where he was, Sam. And Jamie Walker in that 88 Mountain Dew ride is just following him every move he makes.
They got some lap traffic coming up here with Casey Campbell and Fred Thompson. Going to try to make quick work of them right here and try and see if they can't gain any more positions. Somebody else we really haven't said too much about, Terry, since everything kind of went down was that number 3 of Corey Sherman. He managed to stay in 9th position after that whole incident with Chris Legou, Mark Arthur, and himself.
Yeah, Corey Sherman in that 3 Throwback senior car. Sitting in 9th, he's down 5 spots from the beginning of the race, but he did collect it back up, like you said, Sam, and it's just running his line out there.
And I got to tell you something, Terry. He messaged me before the race, and he said, you got to watch that number 3 car tonight. She's fast. And I said, all right, man, we'll keep a camera on you. So good luck to the number 3.
Okay, you brought it up, so I got to look at something first. So entertain everybody, will you?
I got you, Terry. We're going to go back up to the front of the field. Taylor Butcher Benjamin running in second place right now in that number 10 machine. Derek Paulson in the number 6 running in third, getting that Ford Mustang right up against the outside wall in turns 1 and 2. Chris Carroll still trying to run these guys down, sitting in 4th position in that number 24 machine. Down into turns 3 and 4. He's going to drag it all the way up to the wall. Not all the way, but close enough.
We got some caution, Sam.
Caution flag out on the speedway. It looks like it might be the 42. We're going to have to see if we can get a replay, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go to the 42 of Kyle Wellman. Showing all my timing and scoring. He slowed down quite a bit here. Corey Sherman right behind him here. Comes out. Oh, yeah, gets into the wall. Coming out of turn number 2, and it looks like he might have had a little help from the number 3, but unfortunately nowhere for the number 3 to go right there. We're going to back that up and let's go on board with Corey Sherman. I mean, just not enough time really to check up. Could have saw it coming, but really had nowhere to go. So that caution probably brought out by the number 42. We're going to have to wait and hear from race control. Corey Sherman involved in another one, having a rough night tonight, ladies and gentlemen. What's going on, Terry?
Corey Sherman did take that one, not Kyle Wellman.
Corey Sherman's going to take that one. That's an interesting call, Terry. We just went back and looked at it. And like I said, he barely had enough time to check up, but if he's going to take that one, that's a good job on his part. I like to see guys owning up to it. I see Roger Muth out in chat from Turn 3 Racing Network himself said, heard Turn 3 has a new sponsor. And yes, they do. And unfortunately, I did not get it set up in time for the race. We had other technical problems that I had to get working out before the race. So next week, Roger, I got you. I promise. We'll get it set up for you.
So that being called out by Corey Sherman. Corey Sherman will get an end of line EOL off of this when we get 2 to go. He will get it to the end of the line there.
So race control coming in. Number 3 EOL for the cause caution between him and the 42. And Terry, you know, that kind of sucks for the number 3 because now he's got to work his way all the way back up through the field. I mean, he was sitting good in 9th position, and we're going to have to see what happens now.
Well, Sam, so you said something. I had to go look at it first before I mentioned it. You said he was really fast through the race. If you get a chance, look at the back of the 44 on the spoiler. As Kyle Wellman, he just missed his pits. As I'm sitting here watching Kyle Wellman still in the pits, getting that car fixed up a little bit from his little incident with Corey Sherman.
I apologize, Terry. I muted my mic there on accident. We were looking at the back of that 44 car, and it says, I'm so fast on the back of it.
Yeah, that was a joke. And Corey Sherman and I said, we got to hide something on the back of that car. And let's just say, Bockover had some words to say to Corey Sherman this afternoon. It was all fun and games, so that's pretty cool.
Good to see the driver of the number 44, Aaron Bockover, back out on track. He's missed a few races. Good to see him back for Throwback Weekend.
Sam, don't look now. The 89 is leading this race. Philip Van Fleet, the lone Dutchman up there.
Yeah, it looks like he actually decided to stay out there, Terry. He last pit on lap 60, and he took tires on lap 60, but everybody else decided to come down pit road and get fuel only, it looks like. Rick Thompson might have taken a little bit of damage, get that fixed, but everybody else seems to do fuel only. But, yeah, give the lead to the Dutchman here as we're 1 to green.
see how TBB handles this with the Lone Dutchman having a little bit older tires than what those guys do.
So remember, we saw this strategy be played out by the Dutchman last week at Dover, Terry, if you remember. He stayed out one of the cautions at Dover as well and led a few laps. So maybe he's got something up his sleeve here tonight.
Well, remember, though, Sam, he had to leave early to go to work, so he kept taking tires every chance that he could, is what he told me.
Well, finger on the trigger. He pulls it. Great start by the number 89. He's going to jump out in front of Taylor Butcher Benjamin there. Actually got a really good restart right there, Terry, for the number 89. He's going to jump out to a good lead here. But remember, everybody else went and took fuel only.
22 went a little higher in that turn and gave Mark Martin and an 18 of Harmon a chance to get around him as the 76 works on him.
I think you just called Mark Arthur Mark Martin again, Terry.
Did I really? I don't know why I got Martin's number. Mark Arthur.
That's Mark Martin right there, ladies and gentlemen. No.
Mark Martin. Oh, boy.
Back up near the middle of the field here, Jamie Walker.
22, Brad Collins into the wall hard again and slowed him back down.
Looks like he's going to lose some momentum there going down the back straightaway into turns 3 and 4. Sitting in 13th position right now, Terry.
I want to give props to Rick Thompson. Thompson was right on him when that happened. Thompson made an aggressive move to the left to get around him so it didn't hit him.
There's a lot going on here, Terry. Is Philip Van Vliet, he fell back. Mark Arthur working on the bottom, the back of the 89 right now, looking to the bottom side of the racetrack. And Rick Thompson right behind him, Terry, in 11th place.
Looks like Rick Thompson's wanting to work all over that 12 of Mark Arthur.
There you go.
As the 18 of Harmon, he's back here with Trevor Harmon. I think he's actually a lap or so down.
I'm showing Trevor Harmon on the lead lap in 12th.
Oh, yeah. I just seen that, yep.
Last car on the lead lap right now is the number 64 of Joshua Rutherford in 18th position. And then first car lap down is the number 55 of Paul Ellison.
Man, Van Fleet has dropped way back here as the 76 Thompson gets around him.
And now we see the importance of the tires, Terry. I mean, right there, he started in the lead, has dropped back to 11th place in a matter of 3 or 4 laps. So tires definitely going to play a part in this race. But could that be a strategy again for the number 89?
It very well could be, because he's going to have about an hour 10 minutes to race yet, so we'll see what happens.
Got a couple of people out in chat. I see Michael Falk. Man, I love that number 12 car. We got a camera on him, and we know you do, Michael. You always mention that you love the Jeremy Mayfield paint scheme. Constance out there, and Lori.
Lori's out there making fun of me, I believe.
Yeah, she said, come on, Mark Martin. Back up to the front of the field, Chris Carroll has found his way back up to the second position, got around the number 6 of Derek Paulson running in third, and Taylor Butcher Benjamin now dropped back to 4th position with Jamie Walker all over the back bumper of that number 10. Got Brad Lawson out in chat. That 89 had his hand on the trigger. Had his whole hand on there, right, Brad? Down into turns 3 and 4. The number 88 still trying to make a move on the number 10. Just can't quite make it happen. Taylor all the way up to the outside retaining wall. Oh! Taylor's having some electrical issues in that number 10, Terry.
Well, I'm back here watching Joshua Rutherford in that 64. I've said it 100 times already in this race. He's just biding his time, man, out there running around. He last pitted lap 90. He did take tires on this one, so he's 6 spots down from the start of the race. He's sitting in 17th spot in that 64. As he works on, looks like Amanda Sherman working on back of her.
Somebody we haven't really talked about too much, Terry, is Ty Morosco. He's back there in 19th position, still trying to make the comeback from that beginning of the race penalty with 100 laps here in the books. Ty doing everything he can, trying to get a good points night out here at Darlington in that number 1.
Yeah, if these guys start pushing these tires.
Mark Arthur spinning down to the inside of the racetrack, Terry. I'm sorry. Looks like Rick Thompson also might have had an incident here. But I saw Mark Arthur, Terry. He got big sideways coming off of turn number 2 and almost down to the inside retaining wall. Looks like he managed to collect it. Green flag still on the racetrack.
Well, during all that, I heard Corey Sherman apologize to Jamie Walker for something that I did not catch it.
That's interesting because I don't see Jamie anywhere near Corey.
Maybe it was, I don't know, Greg Moore, Brad Collins, Josh Rutherford. I don't know who it was, but he apologized to somebody.
Might have been Mark.
He's working around at 22. Brad Collins getting another spot there in that 3 car.
Gonna slide up in front of the number 22 here, make it look easy coming out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Give 11th position to the number 3 of Corey Sherman. And Terry, someone we haven't really talked a whole lot about tonight, that awesome paint scheme, the number 18 of Trevor Harmon, sitting in the top 10, up 11 spots from the start of the race.
Yeah, I'm wondering if Jason Powell might just want to be a car owner and retire or something, you know. I'm kidding, Jason. We want you here, believe it or not. But yeah, that 18 is looking sweet. Sam, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to start looking at the passenger side of these cars and just see what I see.
All right, sounds good.
Yeah, see how many stripes we got all over these things, man.
Chris Carroll still running in second, trying to run down your race leader right now. Derek Paulson running in third. Jamie Walker found his way up into the 4th position. And another good run right now is the driver of the number 14, Dave Seats, out there running in 5th, up 10 positions from where he started this race, doing a great job again by the number 14. Taylor Butcher Benjamin sits in 6th position. John Perkins is running there in 8th. And Aaron Bockover, someone we mentioned a little bit earlier about his paint scheme, but he's in the top 10 right now, trying to work on the back bumper of the number 33 and get around him and take 8th position. Looking to the inside here, going down into turns 1 and 2. Going to think better of it maybe. John's not going to give it up easy. He has the preferred line, which is that outside groove right up next to the wall. Bockover's going to think better of it and just slot back in line and try again.
Well, Sam, from what I looked at, I don't think we're going to see very many 0Xs tonight. And I think the pace car's even got stripes on it.
At this point, it probably does, Terry.
I mean, why would any car want to leave here without something on the side of it?
And you know something, Terry? There's someone else I want to talk about that's number 30.
Oh, we got a wreck. 33, the 44. Oh, my Lord.
Oh, man. All right. We're going to have to see if we can't get a replay on this. It looks like you said the 44, Aaron Bockover. We were just talking about him. Maybe a little bit of a broadcaster's curse here, ladies and gentlemen. So let's see here. It looks like Dave Seats might have gotten to the wall a little bit. They go down into turns 1 and 2. And Taylor Butcher Benjamin gets rear-ended, and everybody just kind of piles in after that and takes out the 33 of John Perkins, and the 44 was collected. Ty Morosco getting through there. That brings a yellow out tonight here at Darlington. Unfortunate circumstances there for a couple of drivers, and that's the problem with Darlington. With how fast you're going, you're right up on somebody like that, and something happens so fast, you have very little time to react to it. Derek Paulson coming down pit side, as we saw the right side of that number 6 machine, has a few scrapes and bends on it.
Well, Sam, here's something I don't get to say very often, or nobody really gets to say very often. Taylor the Butcher Benjamin took blame for that one, bud.
Really? It's a very interesting call, but you know what, Terry? That's why we have the called caution system. I'm sure he'll go look at it and maybe think otherwise, but Taylor Butcher Benjamin thinking it was his fault, so coming in from race control, number 10 will be receiving the EOL for that cause caution.
Yeah, Sam, one thing with the called EOL or the called caution it's better to do it in race than after we look at it. I think it's going to hurt you more once the admins have to look at it and give that penalty out after the race.
And as we know, Terry, it's very difficult to judge from inside the car what exactly happened.
It
But
sure is.
that's where the whole integrity thing comes in, is if you felt like you were the more problem-causing car at that point in time, we ask that you kind of take it on the chin. And again, if you go back and look at it and go, oh, well, maybe that wasn't me. But, you know, that's just the way it flies here.
And, you know, Sam, most of these guys out here are happy to take that penalty. I mean, they know they don't want to get nothing for the next race. And the integrity of a lot of these drivers, man, it's just second to none, man.
Well, Terry, I want to say we had a bunch of guys come down pit side and a couple of drivers electing to stay out on the racetrack. The number 24 of Chris Carroll and the number 44 of Aaron Bockover just involved in that last incident.
Yeah, it's horrible for the 44 being his first race back for a while. And he's been out there running pretty good all day there, Sam, for the last 110 laps or so.
Well, Terry, while these guys are under caution, let's go ahead and do a side-by-side. We'll take a quick commercial break. You guys won't miss a thing. Stick around.
Back live after this caution here. Looks like we got Chris Carroll and Aaron Bockover up there ready to start this field once we go green again. Aaron Bockover caught up in that last little incident, but his car must be okay, good enough to get out there and go. So we'll see what happens when we get this line. There, green flag. Oh, the 24, Chris Carroll gets a heck of a jump, leaving Bockover in the dirt. Here comes the 6, Derek Paulson, trying to work his way around at 66. Bringing along the 88 of Jamie Walker.
Yeah, Terry, I just want to point out that Chris Carroll had his whole hand on the trigger there. Since Brad Lawson wants to call me out, let's just make it a thing. He's got his whole hand on that trigger on these restarts. And Aaron Bockover falling back here on them older tires. Everybody else came down and took tires. Again, different strategies being played. Jamie Walker now up in the 4th position. He's up 1 spot from the start of the race. Started the race in 5th position. Mark Arthur having a few incidents tonight in that number 12, but he's running there in 7th. And Dave Seats also there working on the back bumper of that number 12.
Yeah, that's another caution,
we got a caution.
Sam.
Caution out on the racetrack. Looks like Trevor Harmon might have been involved with that one. We're going to have to get a replay on that. Doesn't look like he has a lot of damage or anything. We're going to have to get a replay here and see what happens. So they're going down the front straightaway here. It looks like Fred Thompson tries to... No. Looks like Corey Rutherford got in the outside retaining wall there a little bit and just lost it going into turn 1. Gets into the wall and comes down right in front of the 18. Takes out Fred Thompson, and not a whole lot of damage on the 18. He manages to keep going, but Fred Thompson hard into the outside retaining wall. Terry's talking to race control right now to figure out who will be claiming that caution here tonight. 113 laps down in the books. Chris Carroll up there, Derek Paulson, Jamie Walker, Greg Moore. I wanted to mention Greg Moore a little bit earlier. We haven't said a whole lot about this number 34. He's a newcomer to the league. Having a great run out there, sitting in the top 10, running in 6, up 12 positions from the start of the race.
So, Sam, out of race control, Corey Rutherford was taking that in that 5 car. He said it was all him. Actually, Harmon himself actually took first blame, and Corey says, no, there is no way. That was all on me. So, Corey Rutherford in that 5 will get an EOL here in just a lap or so.
All right, and thank you, Terry. So this just in from race control. Corey Rutherford in the number 5, EOL for the cause caution here at Darlington. Let's see, we got nobody in the infield care center. You know what, Terry? Let's get someone we hardly ever hear up in the booth up here while we're under caution. How about that?
Sure, drag somebody in. I don't care.
All right, let's see who we got here. You know what I'm going to do?
Spin a wheel?
Nah, I'm not going to spin a wheel. I'm going to pull Amanda Sherman up here, Terry.
Yeah, there you go. Go ahead, talk to her.
Amanda Sherman, driver of the number 8. You got Sam and Terry up in the booth. You got a copy.
Hey guys, what's going on?
Well, you know, we wanted to pull somebody up. We really don't get to talk to a whole lot, and we wanted to see how your race is going, and if you got a strategy, and if you think you got anything for these guys tonight.
I'm not the fastest car, but I've got 3 sets of tires still to use. Kind of did some damage letting the lead lap cars go by and held it into the wall longer than I prefer, but other than that, I'm not as miserable as I thought it was going to be.
Now, Terry was telling me earlier that you're really not a fan of this track. Is that true?
I am not.
But we did see you in there in practice. You got a lot of practice time in, so hope to see you up there and maybe go win this thing. What do you think?
I highly doubt I'm going to be on the podium, but my goal is to survive it and maybe gain some points.
Well, I tell you what, we'll keep an eye on you tonight. Maybe go for that TNA banner again tonight. And good luck in the rest of your race.
Awesome. Thanks so much, guys.
Driver of the number 8, Amanda Sherman. Feeling a little positive out there, Terry. What do you think?
Yeah, it sounds good coming out of her voice. As positive as she sounded. Really good out of Amanda. For somebody who doesn't like this track, she's doing a hell of a job.
Pace car lights are off. We are 1 to green with 116 laps in the book. In the books, I should say. In the book. In that one book, Terry.
Just the one.
Michael Falk out in chat going, some peeps need to be liking this stream. Well, I agree with you, Michael. Go ahead and give it a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe to Turn 3 Racing Network and check out all the other broadcasts we got going on Turn 3.
Yeah, definitely. Hit that subscribe button. There's racing about every night with Turn 3 Racing. Roger Muth out there, you know, he likes to do some races and good other ones. Hey, Brad Lawson, see what you're missing tonight, buddy, by going on vacation?
I said out there, Terry, that we're going to just start saying that they got their hand on the trigger, and Brad says he loves it, so I guess that's now a thing. But pace car is off. Coming around out of turn 4. Remember, these drivers have to start inside that restart zone. Green flag is back out in the air here at Darlington.
5 of the top 6 there has got fresh tires, Sam.
So we got Jamie Walker. It looks like he's out there on fresh tires. Greg Moore also out on fresh tires. A lot of these guys last pit on lap 108. Aaron Bockover last pit on lap 114, and then a lot of other guys pit on lap 114, Terry. So a bunch of different strategies being played out here.
Yeah, most definitely. And I'm going to look at something here real quick, but Aaron Bockover 114. I'm just kind of looking at 114 team-wise, if these guys are kind of running together as a team.
Again, Terry, remember what we said about the driver, the number 6, Derek Paulson, now running in second position. Having a heck of a night there in that MF Racing Designs number 6 Ford Mustang.
Don't know why Rick Thompson is hollering, everybody hit the brakes, everybody hit the brakes. I don't know if it's a strategy, he wants everybody to stop or what, as he's looking at the back of the 3 of that Savage Edge machine of Corey Sherman. He's got Taylor Butcher Benjamin. Oh, man. The 12 car, Mark Arthur, slowed down. Everybody had to check up.
Yeah, Terry, I'm on the number 12 right now. As we caught that live, he's still out of the gas. Into the wall. Mark Arthur's going to go around and collect the number 33 of... Oh, man, big wreck. Big wreck right there. We're going to have to get a replay on that. That was between Mark Arthur, and it looked like John Perkins involved and a couple other good race cars. As you look here on your screen, keep an eye on that number 12 machine coming out of turn number 2, running high up on the racetrack, going to get into the outside retaining wall, and everybody else just nowhere to go and turns them around. Unfortunate again for the number 33, John Perkins. Hasn't had a lot of luck this season and just continuing the bad streak tonight. And again, like I said, everybody, Mark Arthur not running a pink paint scheme. And look what's happening. I hate to say it. I hate to give him that broadcaster's curse, but we all know it's the truth. As we're back under yellow flag here, we're going to go ahead and take a quick commercial break. Again, side by side, you won't miss a thing while Terry goes ahead and talks to race control. I'm sorry. I'm off tonight, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be right back. Stick around.
Shut up and sit down.
Back live here on Turn 3 Racing Network at Darlington for the Blazing Pedals TRJkarting.com Arca Series. 1 to green here, Terry. We're coming around to get the green flag once again. 123 laps in the books. You know you know what, Terry? I'm sorry, real quick. You know what I realized that we didn't do tonight? We didn't get our picks in.
Oh, man. That's right. We haven't, have we?
No, we haven't.
Go ahead. I'll let you go first this week.
Well, you know, I was saying it earlier. You know, he was just involved in that last accident, unfortunately, as we're going green right here. But my pick tonight's going to be the number 18 of Trevor Harmon.
Trevor Harmon. No, well, okay. I was actually going to go with the 6 tonight, Derek Paulson. He's out there keeping it cool and collective. But that last caution at 120 was on the 12 car, Mark Arthur. He did receive the end-of-line penalty, the EOL. So Mark is now running an 18th spot, 15 laps down.
All right, so there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Middle of your screen, number 12, EOL caused caution, straight from race control. And, Terry, we're going to go through the field a little bit here. It looks like Derek Paulson, your pick, he's running in 3rd. Then you got Jamie Walker running in 4th place here. Chris Carroll running in 5th. And Aaron Bockover having a good run after being involved in that one incident. Up 14 positions, running in 6th. Dave Seats still managing to keep all the fenders on that number 14. We've seen him scrape the wall a couple of times. But he's out there running in 7th, keeping it in the top 10. Corey Sherman also involved in a couple of incidents.
Mark Arthur into the wall again.
See if we, oh man, big crash. Oh,
no caution, no.
They're really slow on the racetrack. I'm sure if Mark keeps it down there on the apron, we should stay green, but we're going to have to see if we can't get a replay on that. And Terry, like I told you before, man, it's that paint scheme. He's not running a pink car, and this is what happens. As we go here on board with Mark Arthur in the chopper cam. Coming off of turn number 2 once again. Oh, just gets into the back of the number 3 car. Sends him around. Not the number 3 car. I don't know who that was. I'm sorry. But Mark Arthur getting into the back of him and sending him around.
Mark's left front tire not even turning, Sam. It's up into the wheel well. I think he's going to be in there for a minute getting that thing fixed. I will be running down there once he parks that 12 car and asking him.
You know what? Maybe we can pull him up here, Terry, if he once he comes out of the TRJ Karting Infield Care Center. And if we can't catch up with that number 12, I want you to see if you can't get him up here and get an interview, because that looked like a hard hit, and we'll make sure everything's all right and see what's going on with him tonight.
Yeah, I'll run down there real quick, see if he's open for it.
Sounds good. We'll keep watching here. The number 10 of Taylor Butcher Benjamin running in 9th position. Paul Ellison having a little trouble at the beginning of the race, running in 10th. And also, don't look now, ladies and gentlemen, but that number 1 Ford Mustang of Ty Morosco running in 11th. Had to take that drive-through penalty at the start of the race. Looking to the inside of the number 55 going into turn 1. Paul's going to go ahead and drag the brake, let him have it. Give 10th position to Ty Morosco. Doing a great job making a comeback here at Darlington. Now looking to the inside of Taylor Butcher Benjamin coming off of turn number 2. Looks like Taylor trying to get around the number 24 of Chris Carroll.
Driver of the 12 car, Mark Arthur, is going to be joining us here in a second, Sam. He says he wants to take a look at that and see what happened. We may have a protest coming up or something. Who knows?
All right, Terry. Well, is he available now? Is he ready?
He said he will jump in here in a second after he gets done looking at that.
All right. Well, once you see him pop on in here, just let me know. We'll go ahead and see what happened there to number 12 of Mark Arthur. Terry, while you were talking to him, I was watching the number 1 here of Ty Morosco. He just moved up a couple of positions. He's on the lead lap running in 9th.
That's a good place for him after where he started that tonight. And I've been sitting there watching the 14 of Dave Seats, man. Dave Seats 9 up, running 6 spots in his 14 car. That Terry Labonte throwback paint.
Yeah, great run for the number 14 right now. Up 9 spots where he started the race. Trying to work on the back bumper of that number 44 machine. Got a great run here coming out of turn 4. Let's see what he does with it. Looks to the inside. Will Aaron give it to him? Gets in the wall a little bit, so looks like give the position to Dave Seats. Move Dave Seats up in the top 5.
And we got Mark Arthur. Mark Arthur got us?
Yeah, I got you.
What happened there, bud?
Well, I don't know. It's happened to me twice. Some of these guys are taking really. It's not their fault, so I'm not blaming them. I'm just telling you what happened. I mean, they're both my fault, but they're just taking really odd lines through the corner. Like right there, Corey took a real odd line through the corner. He was really low there, where you usually wash it up high and come down low, and then I guess he got tight and just lifted there coming off the corner. And when the biggest thing is in racing is be predictable, right? So when you're coming through the corner, usually that's when you're on the gas, matting it, and he lifts right there. So I'm planning on cutting underneath him as he lifts, and just got into the back of him.
Yeah, you gonna be able to get that 12 car back out there?
Oh, it's got quite a bit of damage. It's got quite a bit of damage. I mean, let me see. I have 5 minutes required and 12 minutes of optional. I will be back out there, but we won't be contending for anything. I mean, the car was so good. I told the people I'm sitting in Discord with, I said, well, I guess me and Corey are even. He kind of spun me out of the lead earlier when we were checking up for that guy that was squirrely, and then I got him unintentionally right there. But it sucks. It sucks for Corey. Sucks for me. It always happens, man. If I switch out of a pink car, I ain't worth a damn.
We've been saying that all night, Mark, and it is a shame. I'm sorry I kept pointing it out. You did have a little pink on there, though, with the Barbie on the side of the car, but I guess it just wasn't enough tonight.
My driving suit's pink and my pit crew's pink, but it wasn't enough, man. It always happens. I get a nice different paint scheme, try to switch it up sometimes, and I always something about it, man. I always get wrecked.
Well, I'd like to point out that in chat right now you got Lori, and she says this better be the last time you don't drive the pink car.
Yeah, I mean, Sam knows me too, and I always drive a pink car. That's just been my thing since like 2013. But yeah, we'll definitely be back in the pink car next week. But it sucks. It sucks because I was so good there for that first little stint we had, and on the old tires I was just cruising, man, and then to get damaged, it sucks.
All right, man. Well, we won't keep you too long. We'll go ahead and throw you back down with your team. And unfortunate night for you, but hope to see you out front next week in Michigan.
Yeah, I guess I'm gonna have to go break out the Sawzall and try to fix this thing.
Well, we'll see you back out on track, Mark. Good luck in the rest of the race.
Later.
As driver, the number 12, Mark Arthur. Again, Terry, unfortunate tonight. Just having problems, and it's the bad luck of the scheme right there. But doesn't mean the paint scheme wasn't great nonetheless. So big shout out to Michael Falk Racing Designs again for doing the Jeremy Mayfield throwback scheme for Mark. But it was just bad luck tonight, unfortunately, on his part.
Yeah, most definitely bad luck for Mark Arthur in that 12. Sam, I'm sitting there watching Chris Carroll in that 24 car. At the drop of the green flag on this run, Amanda Sherman gets into him. Oh, it spins him. Still no caution.
Trying to look on my timing and scoring here, Terry. I see Chris Carroll down on the inside of the racetrack, and we'll just go ahead and back it up from right here and see if we can't get a quick replay on that.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
I don't know if I can get a replay on it, Terry. It's not popping up for me.
Oh, Amanda Sherman got right into the back of him and got him turned down there into the inside wall. One good thing, he kept it down on the bottom where he wasn't impeding nobody and was able to keep going without getting us a yellow flag.
Yeah, I did notice that. He managed to back up and not bring out a caution flag. So good. Respect to Chris Carroll right there for not bringing out a yellow. Let these guys continue to battle it out. Jamie Walker now running in second place, trying to run down race leader.
Amanda Sherman out in chat, or not chat, but on the track, apologizing her butt off to Chris Carroll for getting into him. I'm going to stay on Chris Carroll for a minute here and see what he does coming down the pits.
It looks like a little bit of front-end damage on that number 24, Jeff Gordon throwback. Maybe coming down to get some tires and fuel it up and get that damage fixed. Tough break for Chris Carroll. Led a few laps at the beginning of this race. Was doing a really good job running up there inside the top 10, but also having bad luck tonight for the number 24.
Unfortunately, Sam, Chris Carroll is nowhere to be found in our team speak. Oh, we got a caution on the backstretch.
Yeah, and I don't even see anything where anybody crashed, Terry.
I'm going to look at. I'll talk to him here for a second. I think Joshua Rutherford called that out on his own. I'll be right back.
Let's see if we can't get a replay here for you, ladies and gentlemen. Looks like Joshua Rutherford might have had a little bit of an issue. Caution flag's already out at this point, but timing and scoring not really showing me what happened on track at that time, but caution flag out on the speedway nonetheless. We'll go back up to the front here with Jamie Walker as they're bringing it down pit side, maybe here to take another set of tires and let Terry talk to race control and the drivers and see what happened. Pretty much everybody down pit road right now. It's going to be interesting to see who's going to take fuel only, who's going to take tires, who might gamble and take 2 tires here on this pit stop. As Jamie Walker down into his pit box. Looks like the right sides are going up on the number 88 and probably going to get left sides too, I imagine. So 4 fresh general tires for the number 88. Corey Sherman pulls in his pit stall right in front of him right there. Not seeing the jack go up on the number 3 just yet. Looks like fuel only for the number 3. Interesting call.
And Sam, I'm back. Race control, one lap 142. That was on Joshua Rutherford, the 64 car. He was really quick to claim that too. Again, the Rutherford boys, most of these guys out here are awesome by claiming things, man. We as admins, we all do appreciate that.
Absolutely, Terry. I just wish I could have got a replay on it. I didn't really see what happened, and iRacing was acting a little finicky there for me. So, but we now know that Joshua Rutherford did call out the caution. We got it on there from race control on your screen. And Terry, I wanted to point out that the number 3 of Corey Sherman back up into the top 5, electing to take fuel only on that pit stop.
I was seeing. Oh, okay, I got it. I know you don't have it, but it looks like he ran into the back end of the 22 of Collins.
Interesting. Maybe Collins might have went down. I don't know. It didn't pop up for me. So there you go. The 64 got into the back of the 22, which is what brought the caution out.
Oh man, I forgot to give that to him.
Couple of drivers here out front of the leaders. Looks like going to be trying to take a wave around. Looks like Philip Van Vliet, the Dutchman, and Joshua Rutherford as we take a look at the iRacing pace car. See 20 people, 21 out in chat. Thank you all for tuning in on a Sunday night. We greatly appreciate it here at Turn 3 Racing Network. Be sure to go down in the description box. Check out the Blazing Pedals Discord and Facebook. Also, don't forget on Monday nights, 8 p.m. Eastern Time on TNA Motorsports Facebook page, we have Shop Talk live done by Corey Sherman and Team TNA, so don't miss that.
I will be there tomorrow night. Talking about tonight's race, going over stuff as we still going under a caution here. I think we're getting the 1 to go here, Sam.
Yep, 1 to go. These guys are going to double up and get this thing back under green flag. 145 laps in the books currently.
Books or the book?
The book. Well, I don't know. Which one do you want? The book? Slap them with the book?
Al, put it with the book with he's got a gun full or hand full, whatever the heck you call it.
Hand on the trigger?
That's it, hand on the trigger.
He's got his whole hand on that thing. That's what Brad Lawson said, his whole hand. So we're going to roll with it. I have to get Corey to make us a t-shirt that says hand on the trigger.
there we go. We have to credit to Brad Lawson now.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Pace car is going to duck on off here, and it is in the hands of race leader. Coming out of the restart zone again, has to fire inside the restart box here at Darlington. Hand on the trigger. Green flag back out in the air here at Darlington. Great restart, but don't look now. Jamie Walker on that outside. Also a good restart going down into turns 1 and 2. Corey Sherman looking at the bottom side of the racetrack, but can't make nothing happen. He's going to start sliding back on them older tires.
I was about ready to say the same thing, Sam. I was looking at the 2 leaders. Both of them's got fresh tires. Corey Sherman does not. And behind him, we got Derek Paulson. He's on fresh skin.
Derek Paulson and Rick Thompson running up there in the top 10 right now. Ty Morosco looking underneath him again. Terry Ty Morosco, great bounce back for that number 1 machine inside the top 5 here on lap 148.
Watching John Perkins fight off the 14 of Dave Seats there.
It's good to see John Perkins still on the racetrack. He took a hard hit there under that 1 yellow. But the car looks pretty good. Oh, number 18, real sideways all the way down at the bottom of the racetrack. Trevor Harmon, my pick, manages to collect it back up and get back in a rhythm here in turns 3 and 4.
I'm just looking around trying to find somebody to look at, buddy, and see what kind of racing we got going on around this track.
Well, right now, Terry, you got the number 1 of Ty Morosco racing down his teammate of the number 6, Derek Paulson. And then behind them, Corey Sherman dropped back. Oh, Corey Sherman's getting turned to the outside retaining wall. He's going for a ride, Terry. Everybody's trying to avoid him. Oh, Brad Collins coming in. Dave Seats involved. That was another big wreck here at Darlington. Let's go ahead and get a instant replay. So coming off. Looks like Corey gets in the wall, pulls it off, and just gets ran into the back of by the number 55. And Terry, I mean, looks like Seats trying to avoid it, and Brad Collins just coming in out of nowhere and just creaming the rear end of the number 3. We're back under caution here at Darlington for the Blazing Pedals TRJkarting.com Arca Series. That one brought out by, we're going to believe, the number 3. He was in the wall and pulled it off in front of the 55. The 55 had nowhere to go. We're going to have to see what Terry comes back with from race control as we keep an eye on the leaders here. See what they do. Nobody electing to come down pit road just yet. It looks like actually Rick Thompson and the number 76 going to be the first taker to come down pit road. Taylor Butcher Benjamin right behind him, also ducking down on pit road.
All right, Sam, I heard what you said. So I think he's new guy, little timid with the Blazing Pedals League. So Paul Ellison on lap 149 in the 55 car actually took ownership of that. So nobody else said no, let me do it. So, unfortunately, Paul Ellison will get the EOL moved to the end of the line on this one.
All right. Well, there you go. That just in from race control number 55. Paul Ellison getting the EOL for that cause caution. And that's interesting, Terry. Like you said, he is a new guy. But it's really interesting to hear that that's the call they came up with down on the racetrack. And that being said, while we're under commercial one more time, we're going to go side by side once again. You will not miss a thing. Stick around. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back live, and I don't know what's going on, Terry. It looks like the number 88 having problems. He's in the outside retaining wall, and maybe some electrical issues or something going on with the sim. I'm not sure.
If he runs into the pits, I'm going to run down and talk to him real quick. He is in the pits. I'll be right back.
Yeah, go find out what's going on with that number 88. And while Terry does that, ladies and gentlemen, we got pace lights off on the pace car. Hand on the trigger here for race leader. In the restart zone, fires off. Ty Morosco got a great jump there on the outside. And again, Ty Morosco with that early race penalty. He's out there running second. We're going to have to keep an eye on him, see what he can do tonight. Derek Paulson running third. Aaron Baco over up 16 spots from the beginning of the race, running in fourth. And sixth back there is Rick Thompson.
Well, Sam, after going down and talking to Jamie Walker, electric issues, buddy. His VR quit working on him. He is getting it back out there as soon as he tows.
Sorry about that, Terry. I had something else going on. You said Jamie Walker had VR issues. That's a shame. He was having a great run tonight, and it just seems like he can't catch a break this season.
No, again, that win still eludes him. Other than the All-Star race, he won that, and we kind of thought that would give him forward momentum through the rest of the season, and he just can't catch a break.
Well, there's still a lot of races left to go, Terry. I think we got about 19 races left, and we still got the playoffs yet, so plenty of time to bounce back. So we're going to have to send positive vibes Jamie's way, for sure. Looking back here in the field right now, looks like Taylor Butcher Benjamin working on the back bumper of the number 18 of Trevor Harmon going down into turns 1 and 2. Not able to get there. He's going to slot back in and stick in this 10th position there for the number 10.
Watching Ty Morosco in that second place, up 5 spots. Remember, everyone, he had to do a pass-through for a penalty he got last week, and now he's up there running second place in that number 1 car.
Going back to John Perkins here, Terry, we got a battle going on. It looked like John got in the wall a little bit. Trevor Harmon had to get on the binders to avoid him, and everybody else giving plenty of room. A lot of respect here for the drivers. Looks like Corey Rutherford got into the wall a little bit there. Is going to allow Dave Seats to get by. Dave Seats trying to bounce back from being involved in that last caution.
Going through the timing and scoring. Checking out the 44. He's running 4th place right now, Aaron Bockover. I just noticed he spent 25 seconds on pit road. He evidently got tires and probably got a little bit of sheet metal work done on that 44.
Aaron Bockover currently running in the 4th position right now. I just wanted to point out, Terry, for fans in the chat, it looks like the number 12 machine did manage to get back out on track. He is out there turning laps, just kind of riding around, trying to get some points. Looks like
even though Mark's made it to the chase, points is still everything. We still got to have them.
So it looks like I got poked in TeamSpeak here by Jamie. He said, sorry about that VR problems. And Jamie, it's not an issue, man. We understand that stuff happens. I hope to see you have a great run next week in Michigan. Hope to see you maybe get that VR fixed and get back out here on track and get some points. But we understand.
Looking back here in 3rd place, Derek Paulson in that 6th. He starts getting that good run on that 2nd place Ty Morosco, then all of a sudden backs off. Derek Paulson might want to watch what he's doing back here. That 44 Bockover is creeping up him ever so slowly.
Ooh, Ty Morosco looks like he might have gotten tight a little bit there coming off of turn number 2. Had to pull it off the wall. And that allows Derek Paulson to get a run here coming into turns 3 and 4. But just can't make anything happen. But they are coming up on the lap car here of Kyle Wellman. Ty Morosco is going to try and make quick work of him. And Derek Paulson trying to follow him on through.
Speaking of quick work, 34 of Greg Moore just made easy work of Rick Thompson. and that 76 is getting around him. As Thompson just comes right back up to his backside there, maybe thinking about getting back underneath him, going for it. But nope, Greg Moore keeps moving along. As he jumps up on the 18 and the 5, Greg Moore about ran into the back of that 18.
Yeah, he had a huge run there going down into turns 3 and 4 while the 18 and the 5 are battling in front of him. We're riding on board here. But yeah, Terry, Greg Moore into number 34, having a great run, running in 12th, up 6 positions from the start of the race.
Trevor Harmon and Corey Rutherford, they were side by side when we got a wreck. We got a caution out.
It looks like might have had the number 44 involved, Terry. Yeah, he's backwards on the racetrack. Let's see if we can't get a replay on that. Going down the back straightaway here, riding on board with the number 44. Looks like that driver just got into the rear end of him and just honestly kept turning him around and didn't really get off of him there. It's a shame. Ooh, Kyle Wellman coming in last minute and hitting Backover. Dave Seats got involved. Everybody trying to avoid Backover. But the number 44 doing the right thing, holding his brakes, doing exactly what you need to do here to not cause any more damage than you have to. But tough break for the number 44 there. Under caution here once again, ladies and gentlemen. While Terry goes ahead and talks to race control, we're going to take a legitimate commercial break, and we'll be right back. Stick around.
Racing, you wanted the best, you got them 4 abreast, often imitated, never duplicated, the greatest show on dirt, the World of Outlaws.
All right, and we're back, ladies and gentlemen, here for the Blazing Pedals TRJkarting.com Arca series. And unfortunately, it seemed like race control communications not working at the time. We were trying to figure out what happened there or who was going to take blame for that caution. So unfortunately, we cannot give that information. We're going to have to get that sorted out and see if we can't get it fixed for the next one, if there is one, Terry.
Well, a positive out of that, the 44 of Aaron Backover, who did get caught up on that, He is still on the lead lap, up there about 13th, 14th place. It keeps moving around, 12th place. But he must have minimal damage on that. He was in the pits for a little bit, but he must have got it fixed.
So pace car lights are off, back in the hands of the race leader. Ty Morosco, Terry, running in second. He's on the outside right there. Hand on the trigger. Fires off, and we're back underway here at Darlington. Not a great jump for the number 1 of Ty Morosco. However, the number 10 of Taylor Butcher Benjamin actually got a pretty good restart there. He's going to clear the number 14 of Dave Seats going into turn 1.
I just clicked on the Mark Arthur, showing like 32 laps down, I believe, or somewhere. Yeah, 32 laps down. Bad break for him, as we seen him get into a caution earlier with the crash. So, Mark, keep it up. Thanks for sticking around, man.
Something I'd like to point out right now, Terry, is that we got the number 14 of Dave Seats and the number 5 of Corey Rutherford both running Cornflakes paint schemes. We got a battle with them going on right now.
Going back through the field and looking at the 71, Chris Liggy in his priority auto. Looks like he's about 10 laps down, sitting in around 19th spot or so.
Remember, Terry, you said he had very minimal practice, and Chris hasn't been on the sim in a long time, but he's out there, and it looks like the car, he's keeping it fairly clean and actually having a pretty decent run. He's up 14 spots from where he started.
Yeah, he must have some fresh tires or something there. I'm watching him go around the 22. Made pretty simple work of that out of Brad Collins.
We got one in the wall, Terry, the Dutchman.
Teammates. Philip Van Fleet.
Wow, it looked
71.
like, yeah, they got into it there, but no caution on the speedway. They keep it rolling. Coming out of turn 2, I mean, it looked like Chris was just inside the car of the number 89.
Hey, Sam, you remember when we used to race and Chris and Rick would broadcast? They start talking about us and we wrecked? Payback, ain't it?
That's what it sounds like. So we go back up to the front of the field. Ty Morosco is running in 3rd. Taylor Butcher Benjamin in 4th, trying to work on the back bumper of that 2nd place driver. Brad Collins out there. Looks like Brad Collins has got some issues, Terry.
Yeah, he just hollered out he had a black flag, and unfortunately, we do not clear black flags.
Well, Terry, he's got a right front and left front wheel locked up right now. How he's managing to get that thing down and trying to get it to pit road is beyond me, because the whole right front of that car is just mangled.
Yeah, Sam, I'm looking at the front end of the 71 car. He's got a little bit of damage on it, and this being kind of a short track, I don't think aerodynamics is going to play a big role in this.
A little bit of front end damage, that number 71, but he's still out there trying to turn laps. Hasn't brought it down pit side yet to try and get it fixed, so everything must be running good for the number 71. Taylor Butcher Benjamin is still trying to work on the back of Ty Morosco. Just can't seem to get a run to get close enough to him. Ty Morosco still trying to work on that 2nd place position.
We got a gaggle of cars up there by Derek Paulson and Thompson in that 76. The 18 is starting to run those guys down, Trevor Harmon.
Yeah, it looks like Derek tried to make a run there on the 76 of Thompson. And Derek into the wall. Oh, Derek's getting turned down the back straightaway. Derek Paul. Oh, he comes back up in front of the 64. And the 64 involved. No, I don't know how that isn't a caution, Terry.
Yeah, I don't know either. I was watching that too with you, Sam, and evidently Rutherford just keeps it down to the bottom on that 64, and that's why we get in the caution.
Oh, heartbreak for Joshua Rutherford. That is just, it's devastating for that driver. He was having a great race tonight. Derek Paulson looked like he's trying to catch that race car and just came back up onto the track. Let's see if we can't get a replay on that.
Derek Paulson, man, he is out there. The 73 and him just clipped each other.
So it looks like Derek Paulson here gets into the wall coming out of turn number 2. The 18 gets in. The 18 had nowhere to go. I mean, for how fast you're running here at Darlington, the 18 just had nowhere to go. Gets into the rear end of the number 6. Sends him to the inside wall. Derek brings it back up the track, and Joshua Rutherford just nowhere to go. He had no idea that race car was going to be there.
You know, we seen Van Vliet get into it a little bit ago. He's still showing out on track, and he's still got that car up there, even though he is quite a few laps, like 20-so laps down.
I would like to point out that Ty Morosco has worked his way up into second position. Remember, Ty Morosco started the race with a pass-through penalty from Dover for changing lanes on a restart. But he's bounced back, and he's having a great run here tonight. And Dave Seats, Terry, he was involved in a couple of wrecks, managed to get his way around Taylor Butcher Benjamin, and is now running up there in the third position.
Watching the 18 Trevor Harmon getting overtaken again by the 44 of Aaron Bockover. Aaron Bockover goes a little high there. Keeps under control, does not get his stripe on that lap.
I'd like to point out that Corey Rutherford, he's running in ninth position in that number 5 Cornflakes machine. And Paul Ellison, Terry, he was having a rough night tonight too, but managed to find his way in the top 10, running in 8th.
Again, Paul Ellison, one of those that had to start tonight's race. He couldn't grid up, so he actually had to start from pit lane from getting that cause caution last week.
Ty Morosco still trying to run down the race leader right now, but quite a big gap. That time by it looked like Ty Morosco was about 3/10 slower. I have to keep an eye on that, see if Ty can't manage to run him down.
Same way you got the 36 laps left in this race, buddy. Ty Morosco into the wall.
Pulls it back off. That's going to allow Dave Seats to gain a lot of time on him, but not able to get there quite yet for the number 14. As Ty Morosco tries to make quick work of the lap car, Fred Thompson here.
Oh, man. I am going to take a walk, Sam.
All right, Terry. Well, actually, you know what, Terry? We're going to go ahead and take another commercial break, and when we come back, we're going to try going green flag the rest of the way. So it's going to be a little bit of a longer one, but stick around, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be right back.
We got big-time problems with that motor, buddy. Hey, just between you and me, the idea is to avoid the other cars. Congratulations! You just set the sport back 30 years with that move. That move will put you in the Hall of Shame. You keep doing stuff like that and we're going to lose our sponsor. Looks like that's it for us today. Now I know why you got canned by your old team. It's over. We can't fix that damage.
With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
the most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic, real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $400,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game.
Hate to cut the commercial break short, ladies and gentlemen, but we got another caution here on the speedway at Darlington. Looks like the number 6 of Derek Paulson was involved. We're going to try and get a replay on it. Looks like he's already having problems here. So trying to make a run to the outside of this driver right here. It looks like that he just got loose and just took the number 6 with him, and that actually brought out the yellow flag. So Derek Paulson had a great run going there, and unfortunately it looks like it's going to end his night. But Terry, while we're under caution, you said you wanted to bring up the driver of the number 64? Sounds like Terry might be listening in on race control to figure out who is going to be taking the blame for that caution. So we're still looking at the replay here, looking at Rick Thompson. Rick Thompson bringing it down pit side. That actually probably played into the favor of these 3 drivers right here on pit road, which is Rick Thompson, Trevor Harmon, and Greg Moore. They were up near the front of the field when that caution flew. Everybody else was starting to pit. So we're going to have to keep an eye on everybody here. All right, well, we're not again. Race control communication still a little fuzzy out there for us, ladies and gentlemen. Not quite sure. Technical difficulties all around this evening here at Darlington. The lady in black not being fair to a bunch of drivers tonight. Terry's still trying to figure out what's going on with the race control radio / communications, everybody. But let's talk about my pick right here. Trevor Harmon up 18 positions, sitting in 3rd spot right now. Like I said, that pit stop actually bump him up into 2nd. That pit stop, that caution flag waved in his favor. And we only got about 26, 25 laps to go here at Darlington. Rick Thompson lost a position on pit road to Trevor Harmon there. But Rick Thompson also out of Speed Mafia, having a great run this evening in the number 76. Real quick, while they're under caution, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to bring Rick up here and I'm going to talk to him. Rick Thompson, driver of the number 76, is Sam and Terry in the booth. Do you got a copy?
Yeah, I got a copy.
Hey, man, I noticed you running in 3rd. You might have lost a position there on pit road. How you feeling tonight? You think you got something for these guys?
Yeah, I think I might have something for them. I mean, I was on a little bit different pit strategy than they were. I wasn't happy that yellow came out because it kind of screwed up what I was going to do. But, you know, I feel pretty good. And I think, you know, I might have a shot at pulling out some kind of miracle here. We'll never know.
All right, man. Well, we got you up on the in-car camera there and just wanted to wish you good luck and have a great rest of your race, man.
I appreciate it, Sam. You guys have a good one.
It's Rick Thompson, driver of the number 76, out there in 3rd, having a great run tonight.
All right, Sam, I don't know if it's my computer or iRacing or what. I just can't get nothing to work.
Not a problem. We're going to go ahead and look up at the front of the field, Terry. Like I said, it looks like we are 1 to green here. Trevor Harmon in 2nd place on the outside. We just talked to Rick Thompson. And once we go green flag, Terry, do you want to bring Joshua Rutherford up in here? You said you wanted to talk to him.
Yeah, let's bring him up here. Let's talk about his night and why he's on pit road.
All right, you know what? Let's just bring him up here. Let's just get him up here now. Let's get him up here.
Damn, what?
All right, Terry, let's see here. You got him. Driver, the number 64, Joshua Rutherford. It's Sam and Terry up in the booth. Do you get a copy?
Yes, I do.
Joshua, you sent me a message, bud. What happened to your motor?
Before this last caution, going down the straightaway, someone spun out, swerved up in front of the road. I don't remember who. Track closed right in front of me. Boom, right into the back of them. Engine blown up. Race over.
Yeah, man, we was watching you all night, too. Awesome paint scheme you and your brother's done for all these guys tonight. Pretty cool what you guys done. Also, we played your guitar rendition of the Star Spangled Banner. Awesome job on that, man.
Thank you.
We gonna get the car back out, or are you done for tonight?
Probably not. 45 minutes of damage and only 30 laps to go. I think I'm done.
Okie dokie. Harmon into the wall. I think he got hit by Thompson there a little bit, but he keeps moving. Well, but we hate to see it this way tonight, but we go to Michigan next week. You think you got something for him there?
I might. We usually have fast cars at Michigan.
10-4. Well, again, man, bad break for you and the team tonight, and we'll see you in Michigan next week.
Yep, thank you.
That was driver of the number 64, Joshua Rutherford. Like you said, Terry, unfortunate circumstances for him. But we were focused on number 18 there as he's decided to bring it down.
Meatball, Sam. He got a meatball. He's got to bring it down and get some work done.
That gives second place over to Rick Thompson. We just talked to him, Terry, while you were trying to figure out what was going on with race control. And Rick said he might have something for these guys tonight. He's feeling pretty positive about it.
Look back here in third place, Sam. Greg Moore in that 34. We haven't really talked a lot about him, but out of nowhere, there he is, man, up in third.
Yeah, he's having a great run tonight, Terry. I mean, again, Darlington is an attrition race, right? I mean, a lot of guys are getting into the wall. A lot of guys have joined the Stripe Club tonight. We've had a few unavoidable accidents as we got 23 laps to go here. It's good to see the number 34, a newcomer here at Blazing Pedals, running inside the top 5.
I was kind of looking at the laps last time everybody pitted and stuff. Rick Thompson and TBB running third at the moment. They both have fresher tires than the leader does, along with Greg Moore in that 34 car.
Yeah, it looks like the race leader pit on lap 185, and then Rick pit on 187, Taylor on 188, and Greg Moore on 187. Everybody else a couple of laps before them. So everybody kind of on an even tire strategy right now. So it's basically going to come down to driver. I mean, who's going to get it here tonight? And right now, I like Taylor Butcher Benjamin. I see him running down the 76, but the 76 is starting to catch the race leader just a little bit.
And out of the race control, not race control, I'm sorry, off of the chat and the iRacing, Philip Van Fleet has got to go. He's got to get to work.
Well, that's unfortunate. And you know what, Terry? The thing that I like about the Dutchman is that the man will still come race with us before he has to go to work. That's loyalty and that's dedication. That's what we love to see here in Blazing Pedals.
Oh, most definitely. While I was checking around the field there, I stopped there at Corey Rutherford, number 5, showing a lap down, but he's in 10th place, giving that 5 car a good run tonight.
Another person having a good run, Terry, is the number 14 of Dave Seats. He's back up and in the top 5 right now, and also right behind him, the number 55 of Paul Ellison, running in 6th. I mean, he had to start at the end of the line, or end of the longest line, I should say, at the beginning of the race, and had a couple of problems there midway through and manages to find himself running in 6th position.
I was just in there watching the 42 of Wellman getting around the 71 of Leahy. Looks like he had to use his door to get past him a little bit.
Doesn't look like those drivers were racing for position. So Wellman just trying to make his way around Chris Legoo there and make quick work of it. Aaron Backover, Terry, he's bringing it down pit side.
Yeah, Aaron Backover sitting right now in 18th spot, multiple laps down, I think like 15 or so. I don't know why he's coming down pits unless it's time for him to get some fuel or something.
Looks like Casey Campbell's out there, Terry, in that number 73, just trying to turn laps. He's got a bumper hanging off the front end of that race car. And the number 6, Derek Paulson, bringing his Ford Mustang back out on the racetrack as we follow along with Greg Moore running in 4th.
Yeah, 73 Casey Campbell. He does not have a bunch of speed out there. I hope this doesn't cause a problem for the guys coming up behind him.
I mean,
as we see the 33 and the 3 go around him.
He's doing what he's got to do, though, Terry. He's trying to stay out of the racing groove, and he's all the way down on the apron in the turns here, just out there trying to log some laps. And, I mean, as long as he stays out of the way of these guys, I really don't see a problem with it.
Yep. Sam, at the beginning of the program, we was talking about the speed stuff. These guys are going into turns at about 170 stuff. And right there, Campbell was like at 122, so he is way off the pace.
I'd like to point out that the number 10 of Taylor Butcher Benjamin has found himself getting past Rick Thompson for that second position. And Taylor's back up to where he started this race, trying to run down the race leader.
Looking at the 18 car, Trevor Harmon out here just getting her done. I know he had a little bit of issues a little bit ago. I'm trying to find out where he's at. 11th place, up 10 spots from the start of the race, 2 laps down. And he just got him a couple more stripes.
You know, I'm curious what's going on here, Terry. I mean, I'm showing Ty Morosco a lap down right now, and he was just up there in the second position when we went back green flag racing. So maybe a bad strategy call here for the number 1.
Oh, the 18 into the wall again. Inside wall, outside wall. He ain't done yet, folks. He's got to bring her down to pit. Sam, looks like that left front tire's just...
He's going back up onto the racing surface, trying to get that car to turn. He just can't get it to come down pit road. Looks like that 18 just won't turn at all. Finally manages to get it pointed the right direction and head down pit road. Unfortunate night for my pick, the number 18 at Trevor Harmon.
Yeah, the race he was having earlier, Sam, was just phenomenal in that 18 car. Now, this is his second race with us, taking over for Jason Powell for a couple races. I think Jason will be back next week at Michigan. Now, I believe Trevor may have a spot in the league. I'm not 100% on that, so I don't know.
Rick Thompson making his way around the lap car of Corey Rutherford. Corey's back there running in the 9th position. Looks like 1 lap down currently. Right now, Taylor Butcher Benjamin running 2nd. Rick Thompson running 3rd. And Dave Seats having a good night after being involved in a couple incidences.
Again, a new driver, Greg Moore, in that 34 car, sitting up there in the top 5, having an awesome run tonight.
Yeah, he's
Paul Ellison. Yeah, Paul Ellison in that 55. Awesome run out of him, too.
So it looks like
still a sweet car.
Actually, I'm showing Ty Morosco pit on lap 184, and he had about 50. He was on pit in his pit box for about 54 seconds there, so he must have got a lot of damage fixed. So maybe that number 1 not handling the way he wants it to.
Yeah, my time in scoring is really bad of catching up because it just showed him in the top 5 or 10, and now he's in 7th with a lap down.
Looking at Rick Thompson here running in 3rd. Pretty much clear racetrack in front and behind him. Trying to run down that number 10 of Taylor Butcher Benjamin.
Taylor Butcher Benjamin gets around the leader. A big jump around the leader. That puts him up in the 1st place.
That wasn't the leader, Terry.
Oh, I thought it was.
No, it wasn't. And I know why you're confused. Trust me. But it
Okay.
wasn't. No.
Thank you, sir.
So Taylor Butcher Benjamin remains in 2nd position, ladies and gentlemen. That was a lap car that he just got around. No big deal. See, looks like Joshua Rutherford's out in chat. Said Corey got spun on the last restart. I assume he's talking about Corey Rutherford, his brother. Someone we haven't talked about since all the shenanigans have gone down tonight is Corey Sherman, though, in the number 3. He's running in 12th spot right now. Just trying to piece together a good finish tonight.
You see who's right in front of him, right?
That'd be the number 55 of Paul Ellison.
No, I mean running order is what I mean.
Oh, right in front of him. Oh, is this for the banner?
I believe it would be.
So right now, ladies and gentlemen, Amanda Sherman, TNA Motorsports, is running in 11th position. Highest finisher for TNA Motorsports gets the banner during Shop Talk, and right now that would go to Amanda Sherman, sitting in 11th position. But Corey is behind her, trying to run her down.
And you look at the lap, Amanda pitted at 184. Corey just pitted at 197. So I think Corey might have a chance of running her down unless we get a caution and Amanda has another set.
We got to keep an eye on them, Terry, because I'm showing right now that it looks like Corey might be about 9 seconds behind Amanda, but he is catching fast. And I want to see what happens because we know that Amanda will race the ever-living crap out of him for this banner. We've seen it done at Charlotte last year, so maybe we might see it again here tonight at Darlington.
Oh, most definitely. I mean, it's going to be really cool to watch these two finish together or maybe do... 24 Wellman. Or, I'm sorry, 42 Wellman into the wall in front of Corey Sherman.
The gap to Amanda Sherman is now about 6.5 seconds from Corey. Corey is running her down. Amanda trying to make quick work of these lap cars, and we're going to go back up to the front, but we'll come back to that battle once it gets a little bit closer here. Taylor Butcher Benjamin still running in second. Rick Thompson running in third. Dave Seats running in fourth. All having great runs tonight, but again, newcomer Greg Moore is probably the talk of the night. Sitting there in fifth position, having an awesome run.
Sam sitting back in 24th place right now is Mark Arthur. He has been moving up the line there since Van Fleet had to leave. Rutherford had to leave. Then we got a lot of guys a little bit, multiple laps down that Mark was able to capitalize on.
Back to the battle here for the banner. Corey Sherman is about 4 seconds off of Amanda right now.
He's got about 3 laps to get that done.
I know, Terry, and that's why I kind of want to focus on this right now. The leader has a pretty good gap. I don't think Taylor's going to catch him. We'll keep an eye on that, of course. However, we're watching this battle right here. It's about 3.5 seconds now, Terry, coming to 2 to go for him.
46, Fred Thompson slowed down that 3 of Corey Sherman just a little bit.
I wonder if Amanda might have keyed up and told Fred, hey, block him for me. But again, Corey is coming. It is down to 3 seconds. When they cross the line this time, ladies and gentlemen, my timing and scoring was off, so they will be taking 2 laps to go this time. Popsicle sticks for the banner here. Gap has closed to about a 2.5 second gap here between Amanda Sherman and Corey Sherman racing for the TNA banner here at Darlington. He's coming, Terry.
Yep, working on lap traffic right now. If lap traffic doesn't hold him up, it's possible, but he better hurry.
It's down under 2 seconds right now. They're going to have 1 lap to get it done. Will Amanda Sherman pull off the banner? You see it right there. That's the gap. Will Corey get enough of a run to make a move? Oh, Casey Campbell gets in the way of Amanda. Here comes Corey. He's going to get a huge run coming off the turn number. Oh, they're both in the wall. They're both in the wall side by side. They're wrecking. She wrecks him for the banner.
Oh, my. Wow. Oh, man, Amanda Sherman.
Amanda Sherman wrecks Corey Sherman for the TNA banner. Oh, man, I'm so glad we caught that. That was awesome right there.
Corey Sherman did key up that he's protesting that.
I'm sorry, Amanda's getting an interview tonight. So
Heck yeah.
Yeah, she's getting something tonight. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Your race winner is Matt Grunberg. Second is Taylor Butcher Benjamin in the number 10. Rick Thompson in the number 76 in third. We're going to go ahead and take a quick commercial break, collect ourselves after that one, get everybody in the waiting room, and post-race interviews. Stick around.
iRacing, you wanted the best, you got them for abreast. Often imitated, never duplicated. The greatest show on dirt, the World of Outlaws.
All right, everybody, we're going to cut it short here because we do have a butt kicker to give away. So we're going to go ahead and bring up that wheel. And Terry, I'm spinning the butt kicker giveaway wheel right now. 36.
36.
We're going to have to spin again. I don't think we had 36 drivers on track. So we're going to spin again.
Nope. Now, remember, they have to be finished the race to get this.
39. So we're going to spin again. Oh my God, 40. It likes them high numbers. 36. All right, here we go. How about 14? How about 14? Derek Paulson is what I'm showing on my timing and scoring, Terry. Terry.
I heard you.
Is that Derek Paulson? Is he our butt kicker winner?
He is our butt kicker winner.
All right, so there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Derek Paulson, driver of the number 6, is our butt kicker giveaway winner tonight. Let's see if we can't catch up with our third place driver, Rick Thompson, here. One moment. Oh, there we go. Driver of the number 76, Rick Thompson. Same material up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Well, man, you managed to bring that 76 home in third position. Walk us through your race.
Honestly, I was just trying to survive most of the race and just keep the tires under it for most of it. They were wearing out pretty quick. I was burning my right front up a little bit quicker than the rest of the guys on my team. But yeah, I was just trying to keep out of the trouble and get to the end. And I thought maybe I might have a little fresher tires than the guys in front of me there right before that last restart. But, you know, I pushed a little too hard, got into the wall a couple times, got a little frustrated, and I disobeyed my own rule and started racing the guy in front of me instead of the track at this place.
Well, hey, man, with your points position right now, especially after Dover, you know, you're sitting pretty in the points. You got that win at Daytona at the beginning of the season. So great points night for you. Who do you got to thank on that number 76?
Well, definitely got to thank Speed Mafia, the sponsor. I want to thank you guys, Turn 3 Racing. Want to thank Butt Kicker, TRJ Karting, BPL, all the guys that make everything run, Michael Falk Racing Designs for the paints, and yeah, all my team for all the help. And definitely, again, big shout out to you and Terry being up in the booth. Really appreciate you guys doing that.
Well, real quick before we let you go, we go to Michigan next week. Do you have any thoughts on that?
Yeah, Michigan's a track I normally do pretty decent at. Big wide track, so you can get a little bit more aggressive on it. Usually ends up being some kind of a fuel strategy. So if Dalton's not out there, I think anybody's got a chance, you know. But if he ends up coming back, you know, normally he's able to save a little better fuel than a lot of the other guys out there. So you never know. But yeah, I mean, it's a fast track, and it's a track I'm usually pretty decent at. So I feel like got a decent chance.
All right, man. Well, great run tonight. You managed to bring it home in third place. We'll go ahead and put you back with your team and celebrate that third place finish.
Thanks a lot, guys. Appreciate it.
As driver, the number 76, Rick Thompson. And Terry, we're gonna have to get second place, Taylor Butcher Benjamin. You wanna talk to him?
Yes, sir.
All right, you got him.
TBB, you got us.
I got you guys.
Hell of a run, buddy, out of that 10 car, and awesome looking paint on that thing too. Walk us through your race a little bit, buddy.
How much time I got? Cause I could take about 2 days, but but yeah, it was cool to get the tide ride up into for the runner-up finish here. I mean, my night was just all over the place. Like, kept getting tangled up with some lap bars, and just lucky to keep bringing them in one piece. And when that caution came out in the middle of the pit stops, I wasn't sure if I made the right decision by just going on through, but luckily it waved me around the pace car and put me on the lead lap. So, and luckily I was able to get by those guys. So, of course, and nothing for Matt, but I'm really pleased for a second place finish tonight. Really needed it.
Well, it was an awesome job. And every time I clicked on your car, bud, you was out there passing somebody. I mean, the car looked fast all night. Who do you got to thank on that thing tonight?
I think, of course, trjkarting.com and you guys up in the booth, of course, and guys over at in the TeamSpeak, Ty, Derek, and Nick. Of course, thank Mark for making a really good setup. At least I thought it was. Thank Buck Kicker and everything they do, and thank the fans for tuning in. I mean, it was nothing short of action-packed, so pretty sure they got their money's worth tonight. I know we did it on the racetrack.
Well, next week we kind of head to the Midwest, up into Michigan there. You think you got something for them up there next week?
Yeah, I've had a past couple of years in Blades and Pedals have run pretty well. It seems like it's always a fuel mileage race there, but hopefully we can take this second place and use it for some momentum up there.
All right, buddy. Well, congratulations on that second place, and we'll see what happens next week in Michigan, buddy.
All right, thanks, guys.
Yep.
That was driver, the number 10, Taylor Butcher Benjamin, pulling out second place. Good points tonight for Taylor, Terry. And we got only a couple more people to talk to, so let's bring our race winner up. Driver, the number 54, Matt Grunberg, Sam and Terry up in the booth. Do you got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Hey, man, another good run for you tonight. Just go ahead and walk us through your race. I mean, you're pretty much dominating out here.
Yeah, it's these races normally go at Darlington one way or another. I either get wrecked out early at top or the first 10 laps of the race, or I make it to the end. Fortunately, tonight I made it to the end. There was a few different incidents throughout the night with some lap cars and stuff, but we were able to keep it relatively clean enough to get the lead. And then once we got the clean air, we just kind of kept the clean air from there on out, and that was pretty big in our success tonight.
Did you find yourself having a little bit of trouble getting through the field? I mean, we always see you kind of starting them back. Were you worried about trying to pass people? Was it tough to pass people here tonight with the setup? How was it?
Yeah, Darlington's always really tough to pass. It's really just depending on if the guy that you get on the inside of or whoever you're racing, how much room they're willing to give you and how hard they're willing to race you for the position. But yeah, I'd say it was extremely tough to pass. So early on, the strategy was just really take it really easy and just kind of save the tires. And then once we got the tire advantage on some of the other drivers, then it was made passing a little easier.
Well, man, like I said, you brought home another win tonight, so it's going to be good for you going into the playoffs later. Who do you got to thank on the 54?
I just thank everybody at Team AV, everybody who watches the broadcast, supports the league, and everybody who supports me each week, and TRJ Karting and all the other league sponsors, and everybody who makes this happen each week.
All right, man. Well, we'll let you guys celebrate your win, and we'll see you next week in Michigan.
Yep. Thank you.
That was driver the number 54, Matt Grunberg, your winner. And Terry, we got to get one more person up in here.
Two more.
Oh, who else we bringing up?
We got Derek Paulson and we have Amanda Sherman both.
Well, we got to save the best for last. We gotta bring Amanda in last. So let's go ahead and let's get Derek up in here. Let's talk to Derek real quick. Derek, Sam and Terry up in the booth. You got a copy?
I got you.
So what's going on, man? Buck kicker winner tonight. How you feeling?
Oh, I'm grateful for that. Otherwise, this race can go to where.
All right, man. Well, Terry, you got any questions for Derek?
Well, Derek, I mean, what did you finish? 14th. That's not horrible. You was 2 down from the start of the race, 1 lap down, of course. But, I mean, we watched you all night. You was fast, but you got caught up in something that put you back here.
Yeah, I caught up in 2 things. Rick Thompson took me high in 1 and 2, and I had some old tires. I couldn't get the car to rotate. I hit the wall, and then on the 18, of course, he had nowhere to go, got into me, and he kind of spun me there. No, it wasn't his fault. More my fault there than him. And I was okay. I still would have salvaged an okay finish. But then one of the 103 cars decided to spin out in front of me, and pretty much ended my night. I was lucky. I was able to get back in with 12, 13 laps down, in the salvage that 14th spot. So I'm glad at least I got 14th. So I'll take a positive off of that.
Oh, you got a buck kicker too, bud.
Well, yeah, that too.
Yeah, if anything, you managed to at least get some points tonight, Derek. You had a great run up until those few incidents. So, we're going to go ahead and let you celebrate at least winning a buck kicker, and we'll see you again in Michigan.
Sounds good. Again, thanks for all you guys do.
Not a problem, man. That was driver of the number 6, Derek Paulson. And Terry, I'm going to let you interview her, but I'm going to bring her in here, and let's go ahead and talk to Amanda Sherman. Amanda Sherman, driver of the number 8. Do you got a copy?
I do.
Go ahead, Terry.
That was a hell of a race at the end, Amanda. So I'm looking at the positions. You finished 11th, and Corey finished 12th. You was 4 laps out. He was 5, but he would have passed you. I think he would have got that other one back. I think it might have been a little even there. Walk us through that little bit of the end right there, because Sam and I both was focused on that.
I was yelling at him in TeamSpeak because he kept doing the jaws da-da-da-da noise, so I was yelling at him. Then I was coming up on a lap car, which the entire race lap car was kind of ducking down, so it threw me off when he held his line. So it was a little squirrely getting around him, as I'm also looking in my mirror to watch Corey coming up behind me. So I started yelling a little more and trying to drive as aggressively as possible, saying he wasn't taking my beep, beep, beep banner away from me. And when he ran up beside me, he had a really good run. I just said no, because I know I can hold my car, and I didn't let him take it.
Again, it was awesome to watch. And so who is sleeping on the couch tonight?
Well, because I got the banner. I mean, I'm not that mad. If he wrecked me and he got the banner, I'd be angry, and somebody would.
Well, again, tomorrow night we'll talk more about it at Shop Talk. I hope everybody out there listening watches this. And Amanda, you've done an awesome job. We did watch you guys tonight too. We watch everybody, of course, but good job tonight, and we'll get you back down there.
I appreciate it. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Now was driver of the number 8, Amanda Sherman. And Terry, that was wild to watch there at the end. Congratulations to her to bring home the TNA banner. Your race results are up on the screen right now. Matt Gruberg, the race winner. Taylor Birch Benjamin, 2nd. Rick Thompson, 3rd. Dave Seats, 4th. And Greg Morey rounding out your top 5. The rest are on your screen, ladies and gentlemen. And Terry, do you got anything else for us before we close out tonight?
So, like I said at the beginning of this race, and as we was watching these guys, you was talking about the Stripe awards tonight. So, my prediction was right. For anybody that did not disconnect, we had a few disconnect that didn't get no zero. They got 0 X's. But everybody that finished the race, nobody got a 0 X tonight, Sam.
That's interesting to hear, Terry. That's actually kind of surprising, but the lady in black doing what she's best at and making it challenging for these drivers. The track too tough to tame. Matt Gruenberg was able to tame her enough tonight to take home the win. But Terry, if that's all you got, that's all I got. And we're going to go ahead and get out of here. And we're going to go celebrate tonight because it's Throwback Weekend. We got to enjoy it. And I hope everybody out in chat had a good time. Make sure that you hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe to Turn 3 Racing Network and check out all the other broadcasts they got going on here tonight. Or not tonight, but in general. Check us out next week, Sunday, 7:45 p.m. Eastern Time for the Blazing Pedals, trjkarting.com Arca Series. I'm Sam Baumgarten with my co-host Terry the Taffy Man Foster, and we are out. We'll see you next week in Michigan. Have a good one.